Hello. Good evening, everybody. Oh my god, I sounded like a little vampire. Good evening. Hi. I never say good evening. I don't. I got possessed by a passing vampire. Um.
That's crazy.
But welcome in, everybody. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you guys had a good Saturday. I worked, so here we are. And now we're here with. Is there like, do you prefer like Lucian or like Lockhart or like a nickname or anything like that? I should have asked that
I am
before.
okay. I'm okay with Lucian or Lockhart or even the full name. I do not care if you mean nickname. I don't care about any of that.
Okay, we're here with Lucian. And we're just gonna dive right into it. Lucian uses any pronouns. And does not matter if you guys default, but let's keep that in mind and let's try to get out of the habit of defaulting. Um, but it's because it's like you never know, you know. So because like people would be like, "Yeah, I'm cool. Like I'm cool with any, right?" And then it's like, "Oh, does it matter if you default?" No, it doesn't matter. And then when people default, they're like, "Well, what? Why would you default?" Or like, "Oh, I didn't think you were actually gonna default." So I always say like, let's not get in the habit of defaulting, because we never
Right.
know. So that's why I'm
No,
like,
of
let's
course.
ask. But let's start with introduce yourself and your content.
So hello again. If you do not know me, you know me now. I am Lucian Lockhart. I'm a lovely PNG tuber, not a streamer yet, but I am aspiring to be. I do content based around just variety, but mostly Roblox. I am a Roblox gamer by heart. I love doing that so much. And I think whenever I do start streaming, I'm gonna again stream Roblox. I'll probably do some variety here and there, but you're mostly gonna see me on that platform. So want to collab, hit me up. But I'm just excited to be here. I'm excited to start BTubing officially now. I'm glad to start bringing this brand and see where it takes me.
Oh my gosh, I love that. For the Roblox, I sometimes get Roblox TikToks, and there's this one creator that I love to watch where she goes up to people and she's like, "I love your outfit," and then like these little bitches like, "Okay, and." Or like who, and be like, "Oh my god, you," and they're like, "Ass," and she's like, "Oh, bet," and then she exposed like what their actual model looks like. Oh
That's
my
so funny. I
god.
love that.
I love that. And I also love like this other person that can see what like their usernames used to be. So like they'll run up into people and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I think I know you." And they're like, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, are you like kitty cat meow 1 2 3?" And like the kids start screaming and running away from her.
Oh, that's gold. That's actually
Oh my
pretty funny. I
god.
love that.
I love that. I think that's so funny. Um and I know that you like you said it like you recently started the journey. How recently was has this been?
I think it's been about a few weeks now that I've started doing this.
Oh my goodness.
I used, yeah, but this is the way I officially started. I actually started VTubing, quote unquote, back a couple of years ago when I was in a group with a few friends of ours,
Mhm.
and one of my old friends actually drew out this Sona for me. I thought of the design, but they drew it out so perfectly and like so well made. So yeah, I started a few years ago, but I officially started like a few weeks ago.
Oh my gosh, and you're already trying to stay booked. I love that for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What's
I literally.
like what's making you like, cuz like a lot of people have the fear. Like we were talking a little bit. Like have the fear of
Right.
like I'm this baby streamer. I mean, I wouldn't say that you are cuz you said that it's been a while ago. But, started taking it more seriously. Like what's making you just be like defying the numbers. I don't care. Like I'm just trying to book these collabs and connect with people and stuff like that.
So the drive I have is the fact that I love being out there. I love using my voice. I love being able to do things for people that make people laugh, smile. I've had this for a while now, and so whenever I saw back into the PNGs I had for my Sona, I was like, you know what? Let's not let this sit in cobwebs and dust. Let's actually start something with this. And so I started, going on Twitter and making a new account, started doing things for myself. I went into so many people's collab sheets. I went and was commenting on them if there was a game that we had in line. And so like that's when I started like talking to other VTubers and was like, hey, we can go and collab and plan this. And the experience for me has been overwhelmingly amazing. I've had such an amazing time collaborating with some of these VTubers or these people in general. Literally
Mhm.
before this, when we started streaming, I was in a interview podcast with Eric Loy interviews, and he was the sweetest. We had a great time for like this in just 20 minutes. This chemistry together was such an amazing time. I had a great time with him, and I wanted to do like a bit of a thumbnail for his video, and he's gonna use it. And I'm just so excited when it gets posted onto his YouTube. And so yeah, I've just been trying to get booked and busy, and I have been these like the past 2 weeks. I've been a little bit booked and busy, being in collabs here and there, whether they were planned or live. So yeah, I'm around. I'm already out there.
You're like, I'm around and staying buck. So if you want me, I'm here.
Absolutely. Even if I'm like still small like this, like a years after, I don't care. I'm gonna be sitting here trying to get booked and busy and just do things for fun. That's literally my main thing. Is just to have fun. That's what I want.
Yeah, no, that's honestly that's really incredible and just very admirable. Like I said like before, a lot of people have the fear or, a lot of people are trying to gatekeep like their community or their numbers and stuff. Um, I like I said, I don't really have them. I have mostly followers, but the views don't always translate. Beyond the Queer is like my most popular thing that I have going on.
Right.
Or I'm trying to think what else is like gets me pretty good numbers. Just like very specific games.
Hmm.
So when it comes to this kind of stuff, like I never look at to see how much like how many followers do they have? Can I get any clout from this? Can I gain anything from this? I'm never like that. I'm just like I don't care. I just love talking to people. When I'm not exhausted, or just sick. I love talking to people and I love doing this. I love connecting on like on a much deeper level. Which is why like I made Beyond the Queer, it was just my passion project and I'm very happy and very lucky that I have people like you who are just constantly applying and keeping me busy as well. But it's like I said, it's very admirable that you're throwing yourself
Right.
out there. Um, like
Yeah.
I don't even know you like that, and I'm over here like I'm so proud of him. Like that's my son, and you're not. I don't even know you like that. I'm over here like yes, stay busy. Yes, go.
Like it just it like stuff like this is what gives you the confidence because I love doing things like this. I love being able to like make people smile or like the host smile and stuff like that. That's what I love. That's what gives me motivation to do stuff. And so, and the great thing you pointed about numbers is because like whenever I like look up on Twitter about like collab VTuber collab sheets, I never look at following. I just see the collab sheet. I look at what's available, and I'm hey, I have this type of game, or we can collab this. Have you heard about this? Actually, if they're open to suggestions, like that's what
Yeah.
gives me the fuel to actually see people and to plan these things out and to actually have fun with it on their streams or if they're gonna post it somewhere. That's what I love. I don't care if they're a streamer or not. I just want to just be able to make connections and see people and have make new friends possibly in the future.
Your networking is amazing. Honestly, I'm jealous because I'm always like either too shy or I feel like I'm never like my followers is never enough. I mean, I have it, 1.3K and then on Twitter 2.1K. I have it. I can't
Right.
really say that it's not true. But it's just kind of like the insecurity because they have like triple my numbers or like a hundred like 400 point something K and I'm just like, oh, they're gonna think I'm just gonna try to use them for numbers, but that's not the case. Um,
No, I
like
felt
I'm obsessed with your model. I've been following you for so long, and I've been wanting to be your friend. I'm just a shy little baby. But
literally.
but like I said, it's just really admirable that that doesn't bother you. And you just really put yourself out there. And honestly, there's so much potential with you. I genuinely can't wait to see where you go. And I hope someday maybe because you like networking so much that you can have your own talk show or like your own podcast. I think that you
That's what I
definitely
want.
have like the personality and just the ability to talk to people. So I hope that you can do that. Honestly, like I would say you could still do that now. Like I don't think that you should wait. Because you're still so fresh in the game that it's like you still have that hunger. And I think you should absolutely just fucking get rolling. Just do it.
I would not be opposed. Like I want to start my own podcast. I want to do things for fun and like I don't know. I mean, I could. I really could and I should. Like this is all just for fun. This is all a hobby. I'm not trying to do anything professional. If it gets to a point where I do get big, then yeah, that's an extra point in my book. But all of this in the end for me is just for fun. Nothing too crazy.
I love that. You were mentioning about your OC. Is there like an origin story to it or some lore behind your character? Or, what drew you to the inspiration that you are now?
So for my Sona Lucian, at the time, whenever this was being drawn, I was going through a bit of a I'm not journey, not gender journey. It was more just like I was very feminine at the time, and so for the full model, it was you already see the crop top, but also had like a skirt on it, same color scheme of green, and so I enjoyed it. I loved it. I still do at this time, but with having this Sona still, I like it, but I do want this to be redesigned, which it is currently by an amazing friend of mine. So sweet. He's a really good artist. And so it's going to be a lot more masculine, very much more masculine. And so I like having that moment of just like, oh, masculine or feminine, because I'm non binary. And so I kind of go back and forth with that. And I'm very fluid with my gender. I'm very fluid with, how I am, how I look, and everything. And so with this, I just feel more comfortable now. And with seeing the redesign, I'm like, I'm gonna use it a lot more because it pertains to me. I'm feminine, but I'm also masculine, and my redesign collaborates the two. That's what I really want. Absolutely.
How cute. I can't wait to see like the whole redesign.
I've already seen the work in progress pictures, and they're so amazing. He's done such a great job. I'm so proud of him.
And how do you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered for I like as I've already talked about this on this podcast, I want to be remembered for how I make people smile, how I make people laugh, how I make people like enjoy themselves with me. That's how I want to be remembered. I want to be remembered for the friends I made, for the brand I built, for this persona I've driven to be. I want that to be my main driving focus as to how I want to be immortalized. If I ever do pass away, I want my legend story to be this person gave love and happiness to everybody and made sure that everyone was cared for. That's what I want.
Oh my
That's my main
gosh.
goal.
I love that. Going into that, if you had the attention of the whole world for 5 minutes, what would you say?
I would say I wouldn't even need 5 minutes. I mean, just like a couple of seconds just to say you have a lot of potential to be able to do what I do. Because nobody starts out with just that type of attention. They may do, but they may not have the experience of being able to going up from there, having starting from the ground below and going up and to be able to have that foundation to be able to do something, whether it's just hospitality, food industry, or what I'm doing, which is podcasting and being on live and just doing things with other streamers. It becomes like a lot of things to like. It's a lot of things to work about, and so my things everybody is to just understand that what you do and your passion, it's going to drive you forward. That should be your main goal. Popularity is an extra points and the fame is extra points and all of that, but what needs to be you is the fact that you have people remembering your name and smiling and caring about you and laughing because you were there, not because you are popular, but because you were there from the ground up and people can actually appreciate you for what you do. That's my main thing. If I had 5 minutes to say that.
That is incredible. Honestly, I love that. I definitely think it takes very special people to be able to view the way that you're viewing it because I mean, I also view it this way as well. And, unfortunately the world just kind of beats down on everybody. It makes you feel like you
Hmm.
can't follow your dreams or you can't do what you see other people do. So I think honestly, you're very inspiring. Like you're already like capturing my heart. Like I'm already I legally adopted you. I'm at the court right now and I'm signing stuff. Like you're so oh my gosh, like you're making my heart feel so full. And I know that's what you're saying, that's your goal, and it's just like, wow, you really do have this ability. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, I just want to make people smile," or "I just want to make a change and do this," or "I just want to do that." But they never
Hmm.
really either go through or they're just so fake about it. You know, they're never like the
Absolutely.
genuine, or it's just like, "Oh, I'm just doing it because that's what people want to hear," or "This is what's just gonna
Hmm.
get me what I want." But like, you can feel it, you know, when people genuinely do want to feel this way, you know, because I feel that's the way that I feel. Especially like when it comes to beyond the queer, like I wanted to create a space, you know, that we could talk about things. Up until recently, I decided just to open it up just to like an interview, like podcasty kind of situation instead of just
Right.
focusing on queer voices. Not that I felt like I was isolating anybody, but I just kind of wanted to open up like the people that I could reach. Um and I like the fact that when you applied, like you did not mention any of that stuff. So I was just like, oh, this is exciting. This is like maybe one of the first people that just wants to come on and just to talk. Um but then I saw your tweet and I was like, this man is part of the community. I'm gonna
Hmm.
ask. So I saw your sexuality pipeline. And you might have saw like one
Right.
bookmark. That was me. I'm the creepy person who saved that. Um, I
Right.
saved it so I can reference it later. Is that something that you would like to talk about? I won't force that upon you at all. We
No,
could
no,
just
no.
kind of
Actually,
go into
I
the
will.
discovery of it and your coming out story if you'd like.
Yeah, I okay. So my sexuality pipeline. If y'all haven't seen the tweet, if you probably most y'all haven't. And so my pipeline that I put on is straight to gay to bi romantic homosexual to gay to again bi romantic homosexual to gay to now erotic. And so how this pipeline went is that at a very young age, I was having a bit of doubts about my sexuality because I people knew before I did that I was homosexual to some degree. And so people would ask me, "Hey, are you like gay?" And they wouldn't ask it in like a rude way. They would ask in like a genuinely like questioning way. And so I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm not. Trust me, I'm not." And so I would be denying that for all of my middle school. Middle school is when I started having those questioning thoughts. And so I
Mm-hmm.
was a bit vulnerable and I was like, "Bro, I don't know." And so I think about right in right from before I started high school. So during bridge camp, which was basically a week of understanding like the in and outs of high school, seeing the college that we're going to go to as well when we're in junior and senior year, like being able to see everything, understanding what we're going to do, having a bit of activities here and there to get ourselves acquainted. Um, that's when I was like, you know what? I think I am homosexual. I think I am a gay man. And so I kind of was out about that. I was out about that to my friends, out about that to the school. And yeah, and it felt correct. It felt very correct to be able to say that. And a few months after, I opened up to my mom about that, and she already knew from the jump. She knew from a very when I was even younger that she knew I was somewhere around that community, but she didn't want to say it for me. She wanted to let me say it myself. She would question it a few times, but she's like, "Okay, well, if you think that, that's fine. But if you ever are, I'm open up to that." She knew from the get go, but she wanted me to say that myself again, and it felt very right. I'm glad that she did that because it felt right having to have that coming out story and be able to say, well, I did that. I was able to say that, even if she knew. And so then I was questioning more. Then, biromantic homosexual came in because I was a bit more into labels. I wanted to be able to, I was like, what am I? So when I was thinking about it, I was like, well, there's some women out there that really do appreciate. And so I was like, maybe I am biromantic and homosexual. Like, I don't know, maybe it got more confusing and complex for me the more I was thinking about my sexuality, and it was getting confusing for me because I would see all these different things. I'm like, oh, maybe this fits, and it was getting too much. And so I was like, okay, so I'm gonna backtrack it. I was like, I think I'm just gay again. And then I revisited back to the complexity of the labels, and it just again got overwhelming and confusing. So I went back to gay. I kept it as such until I was playing a bit of vibe games in Roblox. I saw this title. I was like, "What's Uranic?" That's interesting. So I looked it up. And I was like, "Oh, it's literally just homosexual, but if you added on the liking for masculine non-binary people." So that's when I was
Oh,
like, oh, this makes more sense to me, and this fits me more because that's what I am into. And so that's when I was like, you know what? I'll take that. And so now I am officially Uranic, and it fits me so much more than just saying I am homosexual because I am into men. I'm also into the masculine side of non-binary people. It really does fit me well. So that was kind of like my pipeline over the years, and having that bit of a coming out story, and be able to say like, yeah, I'm this, I like this, and it feels correct. It feels so correct.
that's so nice to hear that your mom was like, I know, but I'll let you tell me later. You sit
Yeah,
with
she
that.
knew. She wanted me to sit and stew in it for a bit until I wanted to actually come on and say it. And
That's
even
kind of what
then,
my dad did.
yeah, even then, whenever I knew I was gay, it still was kind of hard for me to say it because even though my mom knew, it felt hard to say it. But I'm glad she took it to so to heart, and she comforted me. I cried. It felt so great. It felt so amazing, and just yeah, it felt so ethereal to have that acceptance from my mom, absolutely, and from my mom's side of the family.
That's so nice. With you saying that like you're also attracted to like non-binary like masculine presenting, does that also include like females assigned at birth, or do you prefer like male assigned at birth?
I think that goes towards just, mm, I think I would say masculine, like masculine male at
Okay.
birth, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind feminine. I don't like females at birth either. Like I'm more just slate binary but masculine presenting.
I totally
That's
get
where I'm
it.
setting on the stone. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like I'm a non-binary lesbian. I love mask women. And like I say that I do love women. I don't mind like dating non-binary like females assigned at birth. Like that doesn't
Right.
bother me. Like that those are my favorite type. Um, but then it's like when it comes to like non-binary like assigned male at birth, but they present more feminine, um it's still
Right.
not my type, like the parts aren't there for me, so I do care which ones, like which non-binaries, so that's why I was just very curious, because it's like I also, I mean, I prefer like more masculine women, but in general like women, they just got me barking. I don't care, like I see a woman and I go feral, um especially
That's
milfs
yeah.
and masks. Oh my god, the things I would
Yeah,
let a
like
mask woman do to me.
me for men and Delphs and all that bitch. I start becoming a pet. Oh my god. Like it is for me all day, every day. But like it's just like for some women, I see them, I'm like, ooh, I mean maybe. Just maybe. Like
You're like,
I
she.
start
You're
getting
like, she. You
I get
might
a
be
little
you might
blushy.
be exactly masculine enough for me, baby.
Like I get a little blushy. I'm like, damn, like just maybe. Like like I wouldn't be opposed.
That's so funny. So I know you only mentioned your mom. Was your dad ever involved, or like tried to come out and he said no, or just to begin with, homie wasn't even around.
So you are right about that. My dad wasn't even around. At the age of 7, he was gone.
Damn,
So
mine left at 5.
yeah. Like at
You
the
and I
age of
shake
7,
hands.
like my dad was gone at the age of 7. Like he was divorced out the life. He was a narcissistic prick. I hate him. I don't want anything to do with him. Yes, it was that bad. And so I don't want anything to do with him. He's gone. But yeah. So I
Wow.
I was questioning at some point in my life if he would care or not. And so I kind of did like the oopsie doopsie at one point after prom, because during prom at high school I decided to like really go for it. I wore a beautiful green sequin dress because the theme was a night in the enchanted forest. And I had this beautiful flower crown. It was so cute. I loved everything about it, and just I felt the most beautiful I've ever been during prom. And the fact I had so many people, like the staff, my friends, people I didn't even know, come up to me and just compliment me, say, "You look so beautiful." I cried that night because I just had such an
Oh.
amazing time. I have so many pictures. I have like videos. Like it felt so correct to go in a dress on prom night. And so I was talking to my stepmom, and who was married to my dad, obviously. And so I did a bit of an oopsie. I wasn't thinking for a second, and I sent her pictures of me in a dress. I was like, I just said that, I was like, fuck. I was like,
Oh.
damn. Fuck, I don't know how they feel. I don't know how they're gonna act. And so I didn't think about much of it, but I was like, damn, I should have done that. And so I left my phone. I think like a day after, my stepmom texted me and is like, well, whatever you do, we support you. We know, like, we love you regardless. I was like, thank God. I was like, thank the universe for this. I thought they're gonna act.
Wow.
I thought they're gonna be wrong about it. But I like hearing it from my stepmom, because as much as I like her kind words, I don't know how my dad really thinks. I don't know if
Yeah.
he's making her say this for just for the love, trying to like get me to reel me into him. But just like, I'm glad I'm hearing it from her. I'm happy that she supports that. At least I
Yeah.
hope. So
Yeah, like as long as,
right now,
2/3 is okay with it. I mean, I think the most important one would be your mom, obviously, because it's like she raised
absolutely.
you, right? And
She
just
Yeah,
everyone
she raised
else
me.
is just a plus. Um,
Yeah,
I always
she raised
feel
me.
like at the end of the day, I feel like it doesn't really matter. Even if like the people who are
Mhm.
like your birth parents or whoever you're with, if they kind of accept you, like obviously like they don't deserve you to begin with. Um
Right.
and it's really nice to hear when they're successful stories. Sorry he left you at 7, like shit, mine left at 5. He came back though like when I was like 12. But it's rough. My mom still doesn't really accept me. She's still kind of just like, look at that man. I'm like, what about him? Or she'll be like, what do you think about this guy? And I was like, I don't think about men. Hope this helps. Like like I don't. Like, girl, get the message. I
Like,
don't.
I hope you understand, but shut up.
Yeah, just stop. And my mom, it's funny because my dad isn't the narcissistic one. My mom is, and I was raised by the narcissistic one. So that was hell. That was
Mm.
insult. That was a different story in on its own. Um, but unfortunately, but
Right.
also I guess kind of fortunately, because of how my mom was with me and my grandma raised me for the most part, I became the person that I am today. Which, I mean, I'm very compassionate. I'm very empathetic. I am able to connect people at a deeper level because my
Mm-hmm.
mom never did that with me. And I always vouch that I'm never gonna make people feel the way my mom made me feel. Like, I'm never gonna make people feel unheard. I'm not gonna like do all of these things that she did. So like
Right.
it shaped me to be a better version of her because, and we're all like versions of our parents, right? But it shaped me to be a better
Mm.
person. I hate the shit that I went through. But I'm thankful that I was able to turn it around because easily for you and myself that we could have just been the worst kids. Like
Absolutely.
parents leaving and then the way like us being gay, like not gay, but like under the LGBTQIA plus two spirit plus umbrella. Like
Right.
we there's a lot that could have happened to us, and at the end of the day it didn't define us. That we just became good people. Like we're trying to use our platforms for better, or we're trying to better ourselves, and I think that's so much more important than like, does my mom still love me if I'm this? Because at the end of
Yeah.
the day I think it's self-love is more important.
Yeah, it just feels correct that I obviously was raised by my mother, and she really shaped me into the person I am today. And obviously, I can tell I have a bit of my dad in me. I do. I have a bit of things of like his personality in it with me, and it sucks that I do, but I'm glad I was able to turn that around and be so empathetic to the point that I'm like I love being the therapist friend. I love being able to have an outlet open to where people want to like vent to me or talk with me about something or just ask me for advice. I'm so open to that. I'm so open. And it's just to friends. It's open to anybody and everybody, to strangers, like parents, but just people like friends of friends. I don't care. I want to be able to have an outlet to where if you really need somebody to lean on, please contact me. Let me know. I will be able to be there for you. Like it's there on my Discord bio where it says that I am open to venting. You just gotta ask me first. Like I'm always
That
there for
is
that. And
so
so
sweet.
yeah, yeah. And it feels correct. It feels so correct that I've had people come to me and like, hey, can I vent to you about this? I'm like, absolutely. Just like, what's up? What's going on? And every time they're like, thank you so much for like helping me and like comforting me and like giving me advice. I always feel so much happier because I was able to help that person out the best way I could. Like it always feels correct, and I'm always gonna keep that on 24/7. I'm always gonna have that, and it just it feels right. It just feels really right to me.
Yeah, I definitely feel you on being like the therapist friend. I am also, for the most part, the therapist friend as well. Like, I do like to give advice. But then I say that's just me though. I don't know, like I don't know anything though. In case I fuck up your life, that's
Right.
on you though. If you follow through with my advice, I don't want to be responsible if you quit your job without a backup plan or you do something crazy because that wasn't up to me. I just said fuck it, set it on fire sometimes. Um, but I'm also, yeah, I'm definitely also always that friend. I think it definitely comes from the fact that like I think that we were both just raised by for the most part like our moms, and our
Right.
family, and I don't know about you, but I had to be somewhat like the therapist friend for my mom sometimes. Um, so I think just myself, like naturally, I took on that role with any like friendship groups. I have a friend who will literally message me and was like, "I need, are you free? Can I vent to you?" I will end stream just to talk to them. I'd be like, "Yeah, hold on, let me wrap this up." And it's like, let's fucking talk because like for the most part they don't really reach out unless they absolutely need it.
Right.
And I'm just like, okay, like I know with you, like it's very serious. Like absolutely, you have my attention 110%. Um, I think they're probably the only friend that I will say like I never have to like be prepared to have the spoons to talk to them. Because I do get
Hmm.
emotionally drained a lot. And I do get like mentally drained. I don't have the energy for the most part. Especially on days where like I have just really low energy. But for this person specifically, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I could be fucking dying on my deathbed. I'm still gonna be here for you to vent. Um,
Right.
but with that, do you ever get to the point where like sometimes, when people are venting to you, it becomes a little bit overwhelming, or like how do you channel like all of that emotional like load or just like the hardships that people are going through?
I because I know where my limit goes because I know that like I may not have every single answer for somebody. So I may go the general route, like general advice, general comfort, because again, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do because this is something I'm not, well put in. I don't have the experience. I haven't seen it enough to give my own opinion on it. But what I can say is I've had hardships before being the therapist friend. I have like told because I am also like a bit of like a nerd. I have like a nurturing side of me. I have been a father figure before. I have had online sons and daughters, and I have been there for them. It's so nice to say that I do, but I've had one son before where he had this reoccurring issue with his partner, and so I would always be there for him. I would always tell him like what I would say, but it got to the point where I would repeat things I would say because it just became a pattern of sorts. And I hated doing that. I hated being that type of person, but also it's just my mental stability was draining out because it was so
Yeah.
repeating. I hated that. I didn't like that. And so it got to a point where when he or one day he would vent to me about it and it would be the same thing again. I would tell him, well, I told you all I could. I've done all the things I tried. I've tried to be there for you, but nothing has happened and there's no progress. Obviously, you don't want this to end. So I'm gonna just leave you with this. I hope you understand where I'm coming from, but I just don't care anymore. I cannot help you anymore. You have to figure it out yourself. And as much as I hate to do that to you, I really don't know what else to say. I've tried my best. I just can't do it no more. And it hurt to say that, but it was the truth. I just couldn't do it anymore. Absolutely.
No, that's so valid, especially like when you're constantly saying the exact same thing over and over again for the same situation. It's to the point where it's like,
Right.
I don't know what else you want from me. These answers aren't going to change. I've already told you what I think and what you should do, and this is my advice. It's
Right.
entirely up to you if you want to continue it. And it gets to the point where it's just like, I don't want to talk to you if that's the only thing you're going to talk about. Sit with what I've already given you because the answers aren't changing. Um I definitely feel you with that. Like that concept, like that always happens to me, honestly. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Within like my own friend circles or just like people that sometimes will come by and just ask me for advice. And I'm just like, yeah, you asked me this question like 2 months ago. The answer's still the same. Like nothing has changed. You know, this isn't like customer
Right.
service where like if you keep asking and I reach out to the lead and they're like, no, tell them this instead. Like there's no secret answer. There's no secret code behind this. Like it is what it is. If it was another option, I would have provided that to you. Um, but I feel you. It gets to the point where it's just like I don't even want to talk to you anymore. Like don't talk to me if it's gonna be about this again. So
Yeah.
I completely understand. Um, but going into what like let me break down the question a little bit more. Um,
Mm-hmm.
when it does get to that point, or just in general, like the load of just the emotion not I don't want to say baggage because it's not baggage. Just the load of just feeling all of these emotions and having these connections and such when it comes to venting after the fact, like what do you do for your self-care, because it can be exhausting, right? And then you'll
Right.
constantly it's not only like is it their problem, but it eventually becomes kind of like your problem as well, because like you're trying to help this friend out, especially if it's a reoccurring thing. It's like, okay, well,
Mm-hmm.
now I'm kind of stuck in this loop too. Thankfully, we're able to walk away from it, right? Like we have that ability, but the
Mm-hmm.
other people don't. Besides walking away like you did then, what do you do for yourself, like aftercare? To be able to regain that energy and have the ability to be able to talk to people.
Um, I kind of derive it from it's like a recycling energy. I get it from friends. I literally I am a sociable person. I love being in
Hi,
groups.
Phoebe.
I also can be by myself too. But the main thing is I love being in groups. I love being with friends. I love being around people who make me smile and give me that energy to go on about my day. And if with that same scenario, wherever I was just done with my online son, it never got to the point where I stopped talking to him. It just got to a point where I just couldn't handle it anymore. And so after that
Yeah.
fact, where it was just mentally draining, I went to other friends and they gave me the energy I needed to just go on about my day and just feel content. Not great, but content. I felt better enough to not be able to like live on with that, think about that so much. And it just felt correct to have that social circle where I was able to talk about my feelings as well, even though I do have that struggle with venting because of the fact that it has blown up in my face. It really has blown up in my face of being able to be open about myself and open about my feelings and my experiences. And I'm kind of sitting there like, well, I don't know if I'll ever want to open up my feelings again, but I've done it time and time again, and I've found my friends where it feels right to say something and talk about something
Yeah.
and be able to have the moment of where they can have that tough love, but also know that I need this comfort, I need this advice, I need this type of loving to, not feel like shit afterwards and just and be able to move on with a better feeling. It may not be overwhelmingly a better feeling, but it's something much better than previous. That's what I would want.
I love that. Where have you felt like you've grown the most in life and within yourself?
I would say I've grown the most with the fact of my knowledge because said with said online son, I used to have a found family where it was just all these people who were I had a father figure, a mother figure, I had these had brothers and sisters, this entire family online was just my safe space, my safe haven. And so I learned a heavy lesson when I was it's a bit of a story to like talk about. How would I word this? I was my eyes were set on somebody who was not on the best.
Hmm.
He was very problematic. He was very I'll just be honest and say it. He was how do I put this? I don't want to like put TOS on Twitch. He was I'm gonna put it into these words a PDF file,
Okay.
unfortunately. Yeah,
Okay.
and so his youngest victim at the time was 15.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so I was having eyes for this dude. And I was also in a friend group where I they normalized that, unfortunately, to
Huh?
where they were friends with him still, even years after knowing that he was having these victims.
Oh,
And so
ew.
with me being 18, freshly 18, I was kind of sitting there like, oh, if they're friends with him, then I think it's fine. But I knew in the back of my head, this is
This ain't
wrong.
right.
This is
Yeah.
not okay. He is literally someone that is mentally ill to the point that he likes that type of thing. That's not okay. But I still pursued him in my mind because I was like, he's attractive. He's sweet to me at least. But the goggles, like the rose covered goggles, were on my head so tight that even with the fact that he would ghost me for weeks on end, I still loved that man to death. And the biggest lesson I learned was whenever the um the partner of my online son at the time, he came to me and was like, "Do you realize that the person that you're talking to is, said problematic person was said problematic, right?"
Hmm.
And the worst answer I could give was, "I know," and I, oh my god, that was the worst response I could give because it sounded like I was enabling that so hard when I did not know any fucking better. And so it was like what 5 minutes of this being fine. It was settled. Nothing was else was said. He didn't even respond back to me. But that's when I should have known I fucked up royally because after that, my I was all of a sudden I was kicked out of the Found Family server. I was just kicked right out. And so then my father figure texts me. My son texts me. My mother figure texts me. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And so I go to my father figure. I see him. And he's like, I'm scared. I want to know. Are you actually talking to this person who's problematic? And that's when I knew my heart fell out my ass because that's when I knew my back end of my head was so fucking correct that this was wrong. This was something I shouldn't have done. And that's when
Yeah.
I was like, I can't lie to this man. And that's when I told him I was like, yes. With my throat being so dry, I told him yes. I did this. And I feel so wrong for doing that because I should have known that it was wrong. I did know it was wrong. But my friend group made it normalized. I feel so fucking bad about it. And I told the thing to my mother figure. I told the same thing to my online son, and it just ended in me being losing friends that day because of a simple choice I should have made of just not being with that man. But I kept it with him because I was so in love. I was too tight in love. And after that whole ordeal with losing my parental figures and my son and all this and that, deleted I left the friend group that I was in. I had to leave because they made me feel like this type of this type of thing was so normal. I had to leave. I couldn't do that to myself. And so that was the biggest lesson I learned, because then I learned that I need to trust my gut with a lot of things. I need to trust
Yeah.
myself and need to trust my mind with this type of shit, because such a simple decision as blocking him after that fact should have been from the get go when I knew that he was problematic. Like, it was, even when I was giving a warning that he was like that, and they were still friends with him. I didn't care enough. I knew I cared. I just didn't care enough.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest lesson I learned. I hate that it was such a simple decision I should have made, but I'm glad I learned from that, because now I know so much better, and now I'm a lot more aware of what I do and what I say and what I talk about and how I word it to where it doesn't sound like I am one person when I'm not. That's my main focus.
I mean, I'm glad that you
Mhm.
learned. I mean, also like you can't really fault yourself. You know, you were under the impression that this was okay given the friend group, you know? And you were freshly
Mhm.
18. Like you were still a kid, you know, technically. Um and I guess I mean that's what he liked, right? So you know, you're I'm sorry. I have to laugh to make me feel better about things. You know, like you were so at a very impressionable age, you know, like whatever everyone says around you, like I said, you're a kid, you believe it, you go along with it. You can't really fault yourself for that. I'm sure that you've learned to forgive yourself already, and you don't need this
Yeah.
comfort from me for sure. But for those listening, you know, you're not a terrible person if you accidentally condone these things because you're still young, you know. Obviously, when you're older, you're not going to get into these situations because you're not their type. But for those who are younger or just freshly 18 to be that are here, like don't fault yourself because you're still a kid. You know, you still don't really know these things or you don't know what's like okay, especially the fact that there's a group of people saying like nah it's cool or like no one's trying to correct this behavior and we're all just like
Mhm.
laughing together and this is all perfectly fine, you know. It sucked that, you know, you probably lost some good friends who also don't know or, you know, are under the impression that it's okay when it's not. And thankfully you were able to get out. Um, but
Right.
I'm proud of you. Like it's a big thing. It's hard, especially when you're so infatuated and so in love with the person. When you know, it sucks. It's rough. Um,
Right.
but
And it just it the story is always hard to tell, because I'm still in that impact where I'm like, I was 18. I should know
yeah.
better. I was a young adult. I should know better. Like, I've already been through enough to know that this shit is wrong. I should have known better. Absolutely. But also, like, because I've also told the story with other people before, and they're like, you should not boast yourself, beloved, because you were with a friend group that made you believe that, even though those same people, even though like two of the same people, like those same people were giving me warnings about him, but still made it feel so normal. And
Yeah, that's
so it
so
just
weird.
it it felt so weird. And as much as they were great friends, I also felt a little excluded. It was too much for me. I had to get out of there. And so I have it's like I just kind of get out of that mindset where I'm just like, even though I was 18, I was a young adult, I still was a bit impressionable about things. I was a bit of a people pleaser too. I wanted to keep those friends because they were kind of the good friends I had back then, at least to my eyes. And so I was a people pleaser for 100%. And so it just felt it just I felt like I felt like I had to, stay in there just to, feel something and feel like a friend group was right there for me. But now I have much better friends who do keep me sane, who keep me grounded, and are the sweetest people on earth at the age of 20. And it feels, I'm really glad I have this with friends in my life who can really actually guide me correctly and tell me what's right and what's wrong. And I can tell them the same thing if they are confused.
That's so good. I'm definitely really proud of you. Like you definitely sound like you've lived and learned and let's just move forward from it. Like you're doing
Right.
your best and that's truly what matters. Like again, like I feel like in these situations like you're definitely on the better end of things because it could have been worse and you could have ended up worse, compared to like other
Mm,
victims and such. Because at the end of the day, that's what you were. You were just a victim. And fuck that guy. Ew.
absolutely.
Eh.
I'm glad I took off the goggles after the fact to see that like what I was looking for,
Took them
who I
off,
was looking for was
stomped on
just
them, set them on fire,
yeah.
threw them in the fucking backyard, let the dog shit on it, and then threw it away.
Like I was not looking in the eyes of love. I was looking in the eyes of lust. That was my
Yeah.
issue. And so I wanted him for just what he was telling me, not for how he was showing me. And of course, I had a lot of skeletons in his closet, and I just, I was just too infatuated to even care. So that was my main issue.
Let's
Hmm.
see. I lost my question and I was ready. Oh, what is your favorite quote?
Hmm.
Or like
I've
your mantra?
seen this. My favorite quote I've seen in schools, in colleges, it feels so correct to me because I say this to people. It's like, be yourself, everyone else is taken. And it's such a correct quote to say because a lot of people try to be somebody else. I have tried to, like, almost in high school just to fit in, but I'm glad I had that moment where I can understand that even my personality is so infectious and like it gets other people, and the things I've been told about me, my voice, my what I do, what I say, I'm thinking a lot of love for it, and so it gives me that extra confidence to say, well, yeah, this is who I am, this is what I do, and I feel correct in it. And if you don't like that, then that's your issue, not mine.
True. True.
Hmm.
What is your favorite funny story to tell people?
Hmm. I've told a lot of funny stories, but I I told many, but I don't remember any of them because I they kind of like in the spur of the moment,
Oh, you're
and
fine.
like
That's okay.
yeah,
I
I
also have
wasn't in the
so
spur of the
many funny
moment earlier.
stories. And I never
Yeah,
really remember them. What do most people misunderstand about you?
they most understand me for how empathetic I am because, and also with how first impressions mean to me because I garner I gauge my actions and I gauge my feelings on someone first off. Whenever I
Hmm.
meet somebody, whether it's a friend or a friend or their friend themselves, I gauge how they are on this first interaction alone, and then that's how I will kind of um, put myself together. If you are somebody who makes me feel comfortable and loved and cherished on the first day, I start to get attached, and that's when I start to show like who I really am because I feel like, oh well, you really make me feel loved and unjudged. Of course, I'm gonna be around you a lot more than you think until like we get more months in and start to understand who you are. But on the other side of that, if I feel a bit threatened, if I don't like your aura, if I don't like how you're presenting yourself, I start to act more closed off. I don't really like talk to you much. I kind of put more attention more onto my friends if they're around. Like I really put myself into. I really kind of like give you like my body language to let you know. Yeah, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be around you. So I want to stay around the people that I'm comfortable with. You'll know through my body language. You'll know through what I text or what I say if I if I really find you interesting or not.
I can't tell. You're PNG. Do a little dance.
Oh God.
Is there anything that we haven't covered that you want to talk about?
Um, I mean, honestly, I feel like we should talk about the fact of recently of with VTubers having this issue of covering things and then saying something else completely different online. Like they
Oh,
will
okay.
say something on their
Absolutely.
like they will say like my thing is with this topic is that they will say something on stream. They will mean something on stream, but then probably on their socials are off camera. They'll mean something completely different. And this could also lean into in line with it's controversial, you know, the Celine like Doki Bird type of situation with also her with her lawyers and her issue with the fact that she has gone through so much, and then when Niji Sanji really kicking her over at the curb and just leaving her there with like kind of like destroying her, but then also the fact that like she's gotten a lot of attention, she's gotten a lot of love because of the fact that the company wants to like fuck her over and make her feel
Yeah.
like she can't do much of anything. But then people see through that. People see that this company is disrespectful. They're not who they say they are. They're not this loving light for VTubers to go on onto their agency and feel like they can conquer anything, or they feel they can garner this type of attention because of their agency and get that type of clout. No, they are a black company that wants to kind of take the power, and like whenever things don't go their way, they'll kind of do anything and everything to make sure they still have that power. In which, if you've seen their revenue, like their stocks revenue, it has gone down so fast because of this situation happening. They're losing so much revenue in a lot of stocks because of the fact that they decided to exploit Doki Bird to this degree. And I give all my love to Doki because she's such a strong player. She's such a soldier through all of that and through all that issues. And even through the fact that three of the biggest VTubers, the biggest talents, mind you, made a made a YouTube video, kind of like shitting on her in a way, saying her own piece, but also like throwing the mud in Celine's face. I didn't like that. A lot of us didn't like that, and so it feels correct to see that she's getting all the attention and love through this instead of just people hating on her from the ground up because of something that was told from Niji Sanji in any color.
Oh, absolutely. They're shady as fuck. I looked at that contract. That contract is fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, the fact that someone's life was almost lost because of this to begin with
Mm-hmm.
is automatically like, why are you trying to side with the corporate right now? Like someone literally tried to to commit. Like, what do you? Hello, isn't that enough? Isn't that enough to be on the
Right.
talent side? Because it's like I get suicidal. Honestly, I do. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not because I don't get like the last cookie or it's nothing like surface level. Like it is affecting me so deeply that I genuinely thought that that was the only way out. You know, or like in
Right.
this situation, she genuinely thought that this was her only escape. That contract is fucking insane. I don't even know if it mentions death in it. I honestly didn't read further into it. You're basically signing your life away. And it sucks. I recently saw, I think, someone who was also under Niji Sanji in Any Color. They made a song, and then Niji Sanji was like, "Oh yeah, we don't like it," and they never
I
posted it.
saw that too. I saw that
And they
too.
spent so much money on this. They spent
So
because you
much
had to fund your
effort.
own, so much effort, and then they tried to be like, well, since you're not going to release it, can I release it? And they got their lawyers involved, and then Niji Sanji was like, no, we own it forever. You're not going to use it though.
You don't own that. That's
Yeah,
her own work. That's her own
but you're not even
effort.
going to use
And
it.
I
What do you
yeah, 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 like I saw that too, and I was like, bro, that's her own work that you're trying to like keep from her. Like, if it were me,
That's insane.
I would have gone so out of spite, regardless if I'm risking my life away, and posted that shit. Because you want to sit here and try to ruin something that I wanted to do for so long, and finally say, "Oh, you can't do that. We don't like that." Like, no, that's something I wanted to work on for this amount of time.
My ass would have
I'm
been
gonna,
so
I'm
petty. I
like,
would have been like,
I
"Oh
will, I'm
no,
gonna
it got leaked. Oh,
like,
damn.
oh
A
yeah,
friend
I
came
would have had
over
somebody
and
else
I
leak
guess
it.
they leaked it. Oh no, whatever I'm gonna do. Definitely don't go to so and so's Twitter and listen to my new song that's also released on their Spotify
Right.
and on their YouTube channel. Oh no, don't do that."
Like it just
It's,
feels
I
so
cannot.
it feels dystopian. It feels so dystopian that that companies are trying to take power over their talents, like Niji Sanji and Any Color and some other companies have been outed as black companies. It's gone to that point where it's just like, why are y'all trying to be these terrible agencies in the end? The talents are the reason why y'all even have things in the
I
first
was gonna
place.
say, at the end
Like,
of the day, you wouldn't be in business without the talent.
right,
It shouldn't be like we're basically dominating you and we're owning you. It should be a partnership because that's what it is. It's a partnership
right.
at the end of the day. You know, some companies require you to abandon like the VTuber that, oh shit, that was a big ass car that just drove by. Some companies just like require you to abandon your character and then they give you a new one with lore and all of these things and just all new assets and stuff, just like Doki.
Hmm.
And some don't. Some let you just transfer over your characters or whatever. But like you're asking already so much. It's like 90 Day Fiance. You're picking up and moving to a different country. It's like that with
Right.
your models, you're picking up and leaving that model behind and moving to this other model. It's like it's still you, it's still somewhat a part of you, but it's like you just left your baby behind basically. And it's
It's
like
not your
I'm leaving,
design.
it's not your design, and it's like I just abandoned my life, basically what I had. And not only, yes, I do get the clout with you. I am getting a lot more, more out of it. Not specifically Nijisanji, because Nijisanji requires you to pay out of your own fucking pocket, which is insane to me because all you're
Right.
basically there for is just the name. And at the end of the day, is it really worth the name? Because it's not. But let's say
It
like
really isn't.
Visojo, like Visojo and the better light of corporate, which, you know, not everyone's perfect. Visojo probably does have their problems. I'm not that into especially when it comes to like corporate VTubers and such. I try not to kind of get myself involved, but when it blows up on Twitter, I'm there. I'm snooping. I got my tea ready. I'm
Same.
reading threads. I'm going through YouTube
I'm
videos. I
literally
am
that was
so
me doing that.
invested. I am
I
so
was
into
like, bro,
it.
I was so
um
invested.
but I feel like in a better light, I guess you could say, Sojo, especially like when it comes to their disabled creators like Iron Mouse, there is some sort of respect, and it's very
Mhm.
clear that it's a collaboration and not that I own you. Because like she is disabled, she's also POC. And then there's just days that she just can't stream, like there's days that she's just having
Mhm.
a rough time. And she speaks about the mental health often, and she does speak about her disabilities often, and stuff like that. And Iron Mouse made Visojo. Honestly, you don't think of Visojo until you start talking about Iron Mouse. And I feel like it's like that with a couple of the others in Visojo as well. But it's like with them, it's very obvious it's a collaboration, whereas with Niji Sanji, it's straight obvious that I'm just here to collect them all. Like I don't care about
Right.
anybody or anything like that. Honestly, before this blew up, I didn't know Celine. I didn't know
Me neither.
Nijisanji. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't know shit about them. But you told me about Iron Mouse or like
Mhm.
Kuro K9 and stuff like that. I know those bitches because they're doing the work. Like it's very obvious that this company wants their creators to grow and want them to get more opportunities. I see fucking Iron Mouse's face on everything. There's new merch dropping like every
Mhm.
fucking month. There's not a day that does not go by that I don't see about Iron Mouse. I literally saw like 5 fucking TikToks today about her. I'm not saying that it's not good. Good for her. Get that fucking bread, girl. Like, I'm proud of
Right.
you. I want to be the next
It's
Iron
amazing to
Mouse.
see
You
that.
know, if I can't,
Me
that's
too.
fine. I want to be though. Like I'm POC, I'm disabled, I'm gay. You know, like I'm checking all the
Right.
boxes. Like there's so much more that I want to do more with my platform too. And at the moment, you know, I got a small little manager. He's doing the best that he can, and I appreciate just any help at all. Like I'm just happy that I have one. You know, I never thought that I would ever get to the point where I would need a manager. You know, and I'm never gonna compare myself to other idols and such, or other I guess Oshis, or I don't know, like other VTubers and stuff. But I know for a fact right now I am not signing up for a corporate company. And if I do, I'm getting a fucking lawyer in that room with me to read the entire thing.
Right.
Because Niji Sanji's just a fucking vampire. Honestly, they bleed their talent dry, and it's sad. It's so
Yeah.
sad.
I know because I did not know of Iron Mouse. I didn't know of Iron Mouse until I was learning more about VTubing. Like even like this is like 3 to 4 years before I had this Sona and I had this group. Um I was knowing of Niji Sanji, which is how I got into like the art of VTubing. I wanted to know what it was more. I liked VTubers. I knew Vox in them. Like I saw all of these people, and so that's what got me to VTubing. And so to see that like this company now is like out as this black company because what they're doing to Celine slash Dougie Bird, it really just like it didn't put much of a damper on me. I was more just like, wow, that's very shocking. And then like it just really got to the point where I was just like, I'm glad I'm into VTubing now because now I see all of these other VTubers and PGTubers who are having fun with their streams. And I'm glad I can be a part of that to where I can actually do things without having to like, worry about an agency telling me what to do or when to debut or just like what I can and can't do. I love that I can be my own VTuber and do my own things, have my own schedule, and just have my own fun without again having to worry about so much and seeing if it's right or wrong or if I'm gonna get like a warning or a strike and to like get
Yeah,
terminated or quote unquote graduate.
that's crazy to me. The whole
Mm-hmm.
graduation too, or like the forced graduation, like that sucks. Can they just
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, well I just got fired.
Yeah, it just seems interesting to me that like a lot of people I think there's an issue too where people oh yeah, the issue with I think it was the 2 or 3 VTubers who were going to graduate and they were going to talk about it on their streams and tell them when their last stream day was, but their company exposed them before they can even say anything, which was so. I hated that for those VTubers because they really wanted to be this build up until they say it and then have like the moment where they, oh yeah, my final stream date is this and everything, and it just really sucked that they couldn't get the chance to because their company outed them for that way before they could say anything. It just felt so distraught, and I hate that
It's
they
so
had to go through that.
nasty. It's
Absolutely.
such mean girl behavior, and for what? They're a whole
Mm-hmm.
ass company. Shut up.
Yeah. It put them a lot under a lot of fire, and then it was really just really was disgusting to see that. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just honestly just being a VTuber is exhausting as it is, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and then being under a company that like absolutely just has no respect for you, just treats you like shit at the end of the day. It sucks even more. This
Literally,
is
it's
so
just like,
bad.
what can you do? Like, say you're under a company for this amount of years, you can't really do much because if you go out of it, you're breaking your contract, which calls for a lot of legal things. So it's just like, what can you do then?
Nothing. Sit and cry, I guess. Cry
Literally,
about
just
it.
like,
I guess maybe on the down low, work on other things. Um,
yeah,
I don't know. I'm still just really upset about the song creator. Like, that just sucks.
I
They were really proud
know,
of that, and they worked really hard for it. And now it's just like I can't do it. I'm over here thinking, can you just switch a couple words and change the tune a little bit? You know, tweak it.
or give it to somebody else and they can post it because really it's not
Or
you
they
posting
could
it,
do
it's
it
somebody
like where
else.
they do make a new song, but when you play it in reverse, it's the actual song. So it's technically not releasing it.
Oh yeah, that'd be kind of interesting.
I don't know how that would work. But I don't know. I'd be like, oh no, someone leaked it. That's crazy.
Like,
Leaks happen all the time.
whoa, I don't know what to
Ariana's Grande's
do.
album got leaked at some point. So, I mean, if Ariana's music can get leaked, I think it's entirely plausible that their music can get leaked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I am gonna go into a couple questions that were sent in. Um, what zodiac
Mm-hmm.
sign are you and are you into?
I am a lovely Capricorn. I am a December Capricorn. The Capricorns for December are more so creative because we are more left brained. We have a lot of creativity. We're more on a free side. We're a little bit more wild, just free spirited. I love that about me. And the signs I'm into, I really love Virgos and Tauruses. They are the best. They are like the most compatible, especially Virgos. I am very compatible with Virgos. I am not. I'm not really compatible with Sagittarius, unfortunately. But yeah, I love a good Virgo man. I really am into them. Absolutely.
What about
Yeah.
Geminis? How you feel about Geminis?
I've had a few Gemini people before, and they are very sweet. Friends, yes. Friends, yes. Partners, no. I am okay.
Okay, good, because I'm a Gemini. I was
Yes,
like, what
friends,
about me? What
absolutely.
about me? How you feel about Gemini? I feel like some Geminis, we definitely are painted in a bad light. Um, I won't say
Hmm.
I'm not like my sign because I definitely am sometimes, but I get triggered. That's not my fault. You made me this way. And that is very Gemini of
Yeah.
me to say.
Like a lot of things for
um,
like people say it's like Capricorns are hardworking. Absolutely, I am not. I take my time. I'm a procrastinator.
what do
Like
you
no,
mean?
I
You
need
are
like
literally staying booked. What are you talking about? That's hard working.
I know. But when it comes to things I enjoy, oh, absolutely, I'll be sitting there like doing the best I can to make sure I know what I'm
Yeah,
doing
that's
and
what
make
it
sure I'm having fun with
means.
it. Yeah, but when it
No,
comes to things I don't want,
absolutely.
one of the things I like either I have to do or don't want to do, I'm just like,
Oh, I'm just saying. I'm just like, ew.
what,
No,
what?
I'm good.
Like, no, I don't I hate that. So I just kind of procrastinate a lot about it. So I need to do it.
Okay. You definitely
Absolutely.
don't have to answer this one, but if it's
Mm-hmm.
TOS, what does your last text message say?
Where's my phone? Where is my phone? Okay. I'll do this both with Discord and my actual messages. Hold on. So the last text message that was sent to me was about I'm a furry, of course, obviously, as you see by persona. And so me and my friend were talking about going to Texas Furry Fiesta next year, but going to the Siesta this year in I think it's in August. And so she was sending me pictures about people who were about like celebrities or people who are very known are going. She was like, "Imagine going into our hotel room and seeing this. This baby is everywhere. I bet it'll be there next year." It's a whole meme. It's fucking crazy. I think it's awesome. But yeah, that was my last text message on just messages in general. What's my Discord? Let's see. I'm pretty sure it's about with Eric Loy because we were having because we were talking about yeah. So basically, I did a thumbnail for him. He was very grateful for it, and now it posted the podcast is posted on his YouTube, and it has my thumbnail on it, and I'm so happy it does. So yeah,
Oh my gosh, I love that. Good for you. But also, it's so funny this baby just showing up. I hope that baby's there.
literally,
I hope that baby's
I
there.
had no way. I had no way. But it's so funny. I love it.
Is owning a ton of clothes important to you?
Yes, because my wardrobe is very alt, very dark aesthetics, but also it can be very light pastels, even like some whites. And so I'm also into Lolita fashion. I love Lolita's fashion so much, and so I love having a lot of clothes on me. I love having like I like switching out. I like switching out of my clothes like I do like with Roblox. I have a lot of avatars I wear, And so I think for me, it's important to have a lot of clothing on hand, especially if I want to like mix and match or have like a set outfit for a certain day. Absolutely, fucking absolutely. I'm materialistic. I love what I love.
You love what you love, and that's fine.
Yeah,
What do you like to do on your free time?
I'm a gamer. I'm very much a gamer. I love gaming. I love playing games as my free time. I love doing that. Or else I love like reading mangas or reading like BL mangas. I love doing that. I love watching anime with friends. Me and a friend group are currently watching Food Wars again. For me again, because I've already seen it before a couple of times. I may watch it for a third time on my own. And so yeah, I love just being basically the main thing. I love being around friends. I love doing things with friends. That's my thing I do in my free time whenever they're available. Absolutely.
What do you do when someone is gossiping about you?
I laugh because it's happened before. It's happened recently too. It's happened recently. Like I just laugh. I'm like, you're talking about me, but you can't say it to my face. Like, what you gonna do? Cry about it? Like, you gonna weep in my face about it? Like, bro, like just say it to my face. We can have a conversation about it. Like, I can say most definitely. This wasn't talking shit about me, but recently I had this thing with somebody where we both were heated in the moment, and it was just very like obviously tensions were high. We're playing a
Hmm.
fighting game, of course, that would add to the fucking tension. And so I had to go leave to cool myself off of it. So I was like, I'm very high strung right now. I'm very frustrated. So let's just give it a buck. And so after a bit, I was comforted by another friend of mine on Roblox. They gave me a lot of comfort and everything. I went back to the VC. I was talking with some friends in there, and then the same friends, I'll call them person A. Person A was like, "We're gonna talk about this or not?" And so they DM'd me, and the way that they were talking about their shit made me a bit pissed off because they were saying that they think like they were like, you think you're hot shit, you think you're the one, you think you're that, you think you're all this shit, like this isn't fucking Subway Surfers, your fucking strategy and all of that. I was like, bro, the fact
Oh
you're
my
assuming that you
gosh.
think the fact you think like you're assuming that I think I'm hot shit. I really am not. I'm just very good at the game, and obviously you're pissed off. I get that, but I don't like you. I don't appreciate you fucking assuming shit about me because that's not who
Yeah.
I am. That's not what I do here. If I'm good at the game, I'm good at the fucking game. I apologize for coming at you all random just out the fucking cut. I shouldn't have come at you sideways, of course. But what we're again not gonna do is assume my character, assume who the fuck I am. Because I'll be honest, I was like, I don't want this shit to be over. I was just like, you know what? I apologize, whatever. Shit's under the bridge, but I don't give a fuck. But in my mind, I was like, I'm pissed. Because you're assuming my character and who I am and what the fuck I do. And if you want to sit here and do that, you can do that, but I'm not gonna be around that. So I don't. So that's when I was like, I don't think I'm gonna be friends with that person. Because I'm not gonna sit there and like take that every single time. Absolutely. Like I understand my mistakes. You do too. We're gonna leave it at that. Period. Point blank. Duh. Like that's it.
Well, meanwhile, if I like someone's talking shit, I'm like, oh my god, what are they saying? What are they saying
Yeah, I
about
will want
me?
to know.
I want to know. And then they say something, and I'm just like, oh, okay, well, she's just a hater.
Right, it's like the most like tame thing I've ever said. And I was like, oh, that's it. I thought it was gonna be something like kind of like grand or catastrophic about me.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I feel like thankfully, I don't know if people actually do. I mean, no, most people don't say like, "Oh, they're talking shit about you," or they talk shit about me, but they won't say it to my friends or anything like that. Recently I had someone that was talking shit about me, and it did come back to me. And I confronted them about it, and I was like, "We're no longer friends. Okay, goodbye." And they were like in distraught
right,
that we're no longer friends. I'm like, "What did you expect? You were talking shit about me." Like,
you were literally talking bad about me to my friends.
yeah, we're not
You
friends.
think they weren't gonna you think oh that reminds me of another story. Okay, so keep this. So about a few months ago, I was with friends with this dude, and I met some other people who are my friends now through said same dude. I'll call him Jasmine. So Jasmine was a very kind friend. He was sweet, all that king and whatnot. And so we were fine for about a few months. Again, then I think it was until February. All of a sudden, shit hits the fan. At least for him, because all of a sudden I get unfriended. He deletes the server that we were in. I wasn't told because also I'm a server builder, so I help with like bots. I help with
Mm-hmm.
channels where I literally create the server from the ground up. I love doing server building, and so he just deleted that server straight at the gate. Didn't even tell me because I was gone. I was like, what the fuck? Why would you sit here and do that? I didn't even ask him. I was like, okay, well that pissed me off, but all right. And so my friend, I'll call him Hunter. Hunter knew that. Hunter was like, bro, you should have told him because he helped you build your server, bro. Like he helped you make your server better. And
Yeah.
so like it was just so weird. But then all of a sudden Jasmine started talking shit about me behind my back because he was still friends with Hunter, and so Hunter would tell me this shit, and he's like, "Bro, he's still on about you." I'm like, "Are you fucking serious?" And so he's talking shit about me, all this, that, and but the biggest thing that came out to me was that apparently we had beef. I'm like, since when? When did we have actual fucking issues? And so and Hunter was like, "You didn't
Is
know?"
the
I'm like,
beef in the room
"No,
with us? Because I didn't even know.
absolutely." Like I didn't even know what the fuck was going. Like, what issues did we have with each other? To the point that like you would feel this way about me. Like, what the fuck did I do? Like, because then apparently he was like, oh, well, apparently he didn't like, DM me whenever I was talking to him. Girl, what the, like, what are we talking about? What's going on?
Not to
Like,
cut you off
also,
with moment, we just
yeah.
got rated in. Welcome in,
I
raiders.
was
Hi,
gonna talk about
hello.
that.
My name is Luna. I go by they, them pronouns. We are hosting Beyond the Queer today with Lucian. Lucian goes by any
Hi.
pronouns. It's okay to default. Kibi, how was the loss of your stream? I was lurking a little bit when it came to the pie stuff because I could not miss that. Kibi's recent. It's their birthday weekend. This is our friend I was talking about. So her birthday was just on Friday, on Pi Day. Oh, 3.14.
Mm.
Yeah, so that was on the 14th. But yeah, I was gonna take a nap, but Kibi says you're cool. Hi, Kibi. Hi, everybody. I'm just gonna jump right back into it. But Pi Thursday. Thank you. But thank you so much for the raid. Feel free to tell me how it went, Kibi. Um, we're getting towards our telenom questions. But now we're talking about if like we've ever had someone talk shit about us and how we felt about it, or like if you ever had a friend talk shit about us. So Lucian was just telling us a story about a time that we had no idea that the beef was in the room with us. Like we didn't even know that we were beefing.
Yes. Yeah, it was just so insane to me. But also, shameless plug. Hi, I'm Lucien Lockhart. If you want to follow me, please do. But yeah. So like, it felt so insane to me that the beef he had. It was one sided because I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know what the beef was. What was with him,
Yeah.
and so I was just like, okay, he can be mad on his own over there. I'll be over here. And so then all of a sudden, another person's like, oh, I had beef with him too. I'm like, for what? What did I do?
The beef
What
just
was I
keeps not
doing?
being in the room with us. Like,
Right, because I was like, what drama did I have with this person? And she was like, oh, he said some racial stuff. I'm like, what did I say that was racial? You're talking about my own race. I can do that. That's my own race.
I was about
I
to
can do that.
say, that's
Like
different.
I'm a black man. I'm a black person. I can say shit about my own race. I can actually do that. But like, what did I say? And like, whenever my friend was telling me about this, he was like, Hunter was like, yeah, I don't even know either because she didn't even say what. I'm like, okay, I guess. Like, I guess there
Be-
was no issues.
Can I
Like,
ask what their like ethnicity or race was?
okay. So the second person that was saying that they had drama with me, the second person was black. The first person, the main friend I had, what is Muslim. Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
I
So
can't even say because they're white. I can't even excuse it. You both are POC. What's your problem? What?
yeah, they're both
Why
POC.
was
So
the
I was
beef
like,
in the room? Why were
damn.
y'all beefing? Both parties
It
didn't even
made
know
no
they were
sense to
beefing.
me. Like it was so dumb. And so I was like, okay, I guess they can have their own little one-sided beef. I guess, like whatever. And
No, because
so
now
I
I want to know
literally
what happened. Like, were they just fighting
that's what
some
I need
internal
to
demons
know.
and then just decided to put your face on it? Because it's like I get the like the racial like comments and stuff like that. Because I be saying I'm a fucking beaner. Like I be talking about Mexican shit all the time. You know, I'll be
Like
saying
I'm a
that shit.
Negro. Like
Yeah,
I be
like
peeping cotton outside. Like
I be saying that shit all the time. Like I allow like if it's obviously your race, like you can call me that shit. I think it's funny, but the minute you're not Mexican or you're not Hispanic and you drop that word, the beef is in the room with us.
yes,
That bitch walked in through the front door
yes.
wearing 6 inch heels and strutting
Like
in here
Queenie, the drama
because
is right behind us. Like
yeah,
why
like
are you saying that? You're not
but
of the
like
race. Why are you saying that?
if you're of the race, girl, shut up. You're
Like get the fuck
bored.
out.
You're bored. Go
Like
away.
you're bored, ugly, and nasty. Get out of my face.
Oh my
Like I
god,
don't want
that's
any
the
of
beef.
that.
You called her ugly and nasty. She said,
Like
"No,
bro,
you ugly and nasty."
like baby, you're tired, bored, and I just don't care for you anymore. Because it's just like, bro,
Dude,
why? What did I like? What's going
I'm too
on?
old for this beef.
Like my brother in Christ. You're sitting here acting like I said something about another race. I make sure I don't. And
We're the
also
same
another
one,
thing is
girl.
like right, like and side note, if anybody decides to give like a slur pass to somebody else not of that race, you are the problem. You are an actual person who is the problem. I hate people like that who are like, oh, here's a pass to the slur. You can say it once. I'm like, no, stop. You're not of that race. Get out, please.
Yeah,
Like
that's
it
not
just makes
how it
no sense
works.
to me.
I recently saw a TikTok that said that they give like the end card like to Mexicans because it's like, oh,
Yeah.
they don't know they use it. And I was like, no, we don't. Where are you hearing them? Because it's not where I grew up. Because I did
Right.
grow up.
Like,
I did grow up
girl.
in a mixed what's it called, community. So there were African Americans, there were Mexicans, and there were Chinese, there were Asians. You know, for the most part, there were Chinese. I think there was like maybe two Thai families, I think total in that little community. So you know, none of us ever used each other's words ever. And you know, it
Right.
was like they were fairly tight, you know, and it's like all of the kids pretty much hang out with each other. They played with each other like on the street. Like baby, no, if of me who like straight up grew up around like several different communities like this doesn't get the pass, you don't get the pass. Not that I want the pass. I wouldn't even want to say the words. They hurt my feelings and it's not
Yeah.
even like to me. Like when I've had like people like call the racial slur, like any of them, to a friend of mine, and I'm just like, don't call them that. I never say don't call them blah blah blah. Like I don't fill in the blank. I don't even say it back to say don't call them that. I just say like, what the fuck? Who are you to call him that? Get out
Right.
of here.
I
Go
just don't
away.
get it with some people. Like, girl, don't do that to somebody to give like, oh, here's the pass to say that. Like, you're my friend. I'd rather meet you. Like, no,
I had a
no,
friend in high
stop
school
that.
who said that she gave me like the pass, you know? And she's like, just say it, just say it. And I'm like, no. Like, and she's like, girl, you hang out with only black kids. I'm like, that doesn't make me one of you guys though. And
Like,
like
I'm not. I'm like, I may hang out with a lot of POC. It doesn't mean I'm that race. No, I am a
yeah, and she was
black
like,
man.
just
I
say it,
know
it's
where I
fine, just
stand.
say it. And she's like, watch, when we take you to Africa, like it'll be fine, you can say it. And I'm like, no, what the fuck? I was learning Swahili because she was teaching
Oh.
me. But she was like, "No, it's fine. Like, watch when we take you, you're gonna be able to say it." And I'm like, I know, I'm
No,
uncomfortable.
no, no.
Honestly, after that, like, cause she kept trying to pressure me, we did stop being friends because she wasn't respecting my boundary. And I was just
Right.
like, it's out of respect, but also it's not my fucking word, dude. Like, I'm not going to. I'm not gonna say it. Just let it go. And she's like, "Why?" I'll say beaner, and I'm like,
Right.
"What? Shut up!"
Oh no.
Yeah, we stopped being
Like
friends immediately after that.
that's so terrible. And I've had friends too
Yeah.
that are like, "What's up, my nigga?" I'm like, "Whoa, chillax. We're not like that. Like,
You're
chillax, my
like,
guy.
relax, brother. You
You
were
don't
like
you,
12 shades lighter than me.
you like, baby. You are pasty white. Chillax. You are not me.
I just heard a
Like,
ghost looking for their husband, and that's you, bitch. No.
like chillax. Get away from me, girl. Like, you're not that.
You're not him, babe, and that's
God.
fine. Yeah, people are something. Um, but yeah, I'm back onto the topic of people talking shit. You know, for the most part, I'm just like, cool, free promotion. Um,
Right.
just keep talking about me. That's fine. I mean, at the end of the day,
Please do. I love the attention.
more people are gonna know who about me. And they can come find out for themselves. And it drives them to click on my profile and click on my tweets and click on my Twitch and click on all these things. At the end of the day, it's engagement. Um,
Hmm.
I know I'm not what they said. I know that I'm not what like was projected. Honestly, for the most part, when people do talk shit about me, is because I am very strong minded and I have very strong opinions. And I
Right.
don't let people walk over me. I used to. I used to let people walk all over me. Now I stand up for myself and I don't let it happen. I'm not a pushover anymore. So because I push back or I do set boundaries, and I don't fuck around when it comes to my boundaries, you cross them, you're done. Maybe one
Absolutely.
chance.
You're
Maybe.
finished.
Maybe. Depends how the severity of the boundary of how far it was
Yeah.
crossed. Um
Like you're finished.
yeah, you're done. I don't have time for this. I'm turning 29 years old. I'm exhausted. I'm just a sleepy boy
Right.
90% of the time. I'm trying to pay my rent, pay my taxes, take care of my pets, and that's it. I don't have time for this.
Absolutely.
Um
Like I'm okay. Get out of my face.
Yeah, literally. I'll live without you. I lived without you before. I can live without you now. That does
Absolutely.
not go for my current friends though. If you bitches leave me, I'm gonna end it all. I love you too much. Don't leave me.
I'll start like bro. No, because I have friends right now where I'm like, if you ever left me because I did something wrong, I will. I'm gonna cry. Like I would be depressed.
No,
Like I would hate
thankfully,
myself for that.
yeah, thankfully with my friend group, we all have very open communication. So like if anything is crossed, or if anything was uncomfortable, we'd be like, "Hey, so you said this," and we kind of express it, and we're all very receptive about it, and that's what I really appreciate about
Hmm.
them. That we're not just like, "Oh, I don't want to be friends with you," and just hold that grudge of like whatever the fuck happened because apparently we had beef and I didn't even know it, and now we're no longer friends
Right.
because you're beefing by yourself because you didn't even bother to talk to me.
That's what I'm
So
saying. Yeah.
it's like, okay, so you're just fighting yourself. Whereas in this situation, like with my friends, if we ever do have like something that we're with upset each other, we will tell you, we'll talk and we just be like, this was upsetting. I love you, but this made me mad. Or it's just like, okay, let's talk about it. I'm very sorry that I did this. And it's not, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. It's like we always acknowledge whether we realize we did it or not. We're just like, I'm so sorry that I did this to you. That's not my intent. Like we hold that space to be able to
Right.
learn and grow. And then it's like, we're not afraid to stop being friends. We recently broke up with a friend and we got all the information that we needed. I'm not going to go into detail about it because it was a very big deal. And
Right. Right.
it was big and it was scary. So we got all the information that we did. We met back with the person that we stopped being friends with, and we said what happened. Like we didn't tell them that we knew everything already. We want to hear it from you firsthand. And then,
Hmm.
there was a lot of lies. There was a lot of going around and spinning around in
Usually,
circles
it's
and
always a lot
stuff.
of lies.
And at the end of the day, boundaries were crossed. And I
Hmm.
was like, you know what? We try to give you the benefit of the doubt. This isn't going to work out for me. I wish you the best, but we can't be friends. My other friend
Right.
was like, there's a chance that we could be friends. I hope you get better. The door's open whenever you're ready. Like she's a little bit more accepting and understanding about it. I'm not. Like for me, once that boundary's crossed and it was severely crossed, I'm done. It won't affect anything though. Like if my friend decides to be friends with this person again, I won't care. It's not gonna affect me. It's not gonna affect me being friends with them.
Yeah.
It's not
Right.
gonna affect me coming around being in the stream because I'm a bigger person and I can acknowledge that this has nothing to do with me. This is just between them and them only, not me. And I feel like a lot of people have that issue where they can't separate the fact that it doesn't involve you. This isn't about you.
Hmm.
This is about this other person and that other party. So see your way out. So it's like that. Like with me, I don't give a fuck. I broke up with my partner. My ex partner is best friends with my friend. Or like was or like they're friends. They're friends. Um, and then I'm friends with one of their friends. And it's like, okay, we broke up, but of course you could still come around. It doesn't hurt my feelings that I see you in chat. It doesn't hurt my feelings that I see you talking or being active here. Like if we just
Right.
didn't work out, that doesn't affect how I feel about my friend. This doesn't affect how I feel about your friend. It just didn't work out with us.
Absolutely.
Um And I feel like a lot of people, especially like adults, have that fucking problem that they can't separate the situation to the people, or they just beef on their own and then don't talk about it. Like the two other girls or two other people, they're just like beefing. You're like, what?
It just yeah, it just shocks me when people have like the moment where they're kind of just talking with themselves at this point, or the little friend group that's all full of toxic people. I'm just like, well, I know that I have my true friends and they don't. So they can go by themselves, be miserable, talking shit about me, saying that all this shit to me. Like, yeah, like for me, I used to pick sides and not have that moment where I like kind of like I can be civil, but I'll be honest, I do kind of pick sides still sometimes because I'm like, well, and I feel like I feel like this is right to me, but I'm always open to say something. I'm always open to like see the other person's side and be like, well, how do you think about this? Because I know you're opposing to me. How do you feel? Or I talk to people who
Yeah.
are, neutral. I'm like, how do you feel? Like since you're neutral, you're not really on a side, kind of like you kind of just like here to like listen and talk. How do you feel? Like I'm always gonna be able to be like, hey, yeah, so I understand you. I'm not gonna be on your side, but I do understand you. I do know where you're coming from.
Yeah, I
Like
definitely
I like
agree.
yeah. I like how I like how I have that mentality to grow on that. Cause I used to not be so civil. Think, oh, this is the side to be on. You're on the wrong side. Fuck you. Like it feels weird. The biggest thing to that is politics. Cause
I was about to say
because I'm sad.
the only thing I will say you were on the wrong side of like that you're wrong is Palestine and Israel. That's one thing I'm gonna say. You wrong. If
Free
you're on the
Palestine, by the way.
yeah, oh me too. Okay, so you're wrong if you're with Israel.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah, but
only one
meanwhile,
that I am going to be like, you're fucking wrong.
yeah. Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. And also, I think with politics in general, though, like I'm a Democrat. I'm left, very left leaning. But what I can say though is that with Democrats and Republicans, girl, we both have our fucking issues. We both have
yeah,
fucking places where we're
absolutely.
like, yeah, no, we're terrible people on both sides. But also with Democrats and Republicans, there's a bit of a lighter side where it would be like, oh, well, there's some things that we can agree on. There's some things that are good on both sides. But it's just like that's where I'm like, I can't really say I'm a Democrat anymore. I'm gonna say like, oh, I'm independent party. I'm a place where I'm like, I'm green. I'm not blue. I'm not red. I'm green.
Honestly,
I'm a
I feel
place
the
where I can be
exact
like,
same way.
like I'm a dependent. I'm an independent person. I want to go for the independent party. I want to vote for them, and that's how I want to be. I'm not going to be left or right because, girl, y'all both have issues. Shut the fuck up. Like make out and make love. Like please go somewhere else.
Get
Like
some
it just gets
enemies
to
to
the
lovers
point
arc going
where
on right now because you
yeah,
both need to just get laid and just go do something over there.
right because
No,
like
I
blue and
agree with
red,
you.
like blue and red should be for fucking fan fiction tropes, not for politics.
Honestly, no, I'm with you on that one. Like, I'm definitely like obviously pro Palestine.
Mhm.
And like there sometimes Republicans do make some good arguments, and I'm just like, yeah, I agree with that. A lot of the times I don't, but they do
Right.
sometimes make some points, and I'm just like, okay, I can see that. And same thing with like Democrats. Sometimes, for the most part, they do make a lot of like the points that I do agree with. Um, but there are some times where I'm just like, okay, I don't like that. I wouldn't really agree with that. So it's
Right.
like I'm the same. Like at some point, like I was like, oh yeah, Democrat. But I also feel like I'm also just independent party because it's like at the end of the day, obviously we want what's best for the world and everybody, including ourselves. Um,
Mhm.
but everybody has their issues, everybody has their points. I think that's what's just when it comes to like voting, especially I think that's where it comes to be more important, which one's holding more of what you agree with versus with, oh, I guess they can do okay. They have some
Right.
things I
Absolutely.
agree with versus they have majority of what I agree with, which is like for this year I think it's so much more important to vote third party or independent parties because there's a lot more
Mhm.
independent and third parties that do hold a lot of what's like our generation's like values at hand. And honestly, the only way that the world is going to get better is if we stop voting red and blue, like because that's all we do. Well, all we ever do is just vote red and blue, red and blue. It's never, let's give these others who seem to be able to possibly give us what we want to give us that chance, to make this place a better place. I mean, the world's shit. They fucking prioritized banning TikTok over seizing fire. Like
Right,
this fucking
absolutely.
bill was introduced last fucking week. Again, this bill has been obviously has been coming and going for months, for years on end, and it got
Hmm.
reintroduced a couple months ago, and it finally went to bill, and then it finally went to voting, and it's like that's crazy that we've been trying to ask for seizing fire for since October, and
The
a little
House
bit
passed it,
before
by the
that.
way.
Oh, I thought it got
Hmm.
declined. I thought it said that we won.
Nope, it got no. That the House passed that shit, so I has to go to the fucking Senate and see if they want to say the same thing as well.
Ugh. See, that's where it's like
Yeah.
so annoying. Like, it's like, yeah, you can pass all that, but you can't pass student loan forgiveness, like healthcare for everybody, seizing fire. Instead, we're fucking funding it. And then fucking Biden sent
Hmm.
over expired food and then dropped it in the fucking ocean, where they lost like so much more people because they were trying to get the food and then it was fucking expired. Like, I just what? Yeah, it's just another distraction. I know, but I'm mad.
We're already in we're in trillions in debt because of this fucking bullshit. We can't even pay it off because we're that deep. We're that fucking deep.
All I'm saying is maybe print some money. I don't know. Don't give me no inflation bullshit or whatever it's called. Print out the money.
This one's like y'all bitches have money in the first place. Print it out. Do
Print it
something.
out.
Like
Get that
you did it in the
photocopier
first place. Why is it an
working.
issue now?
Yeah, it's so frustrating that they can do that. That's their fucking priority. Honestly, it's just because the generation, like, people are just not believing the Israeli propaganda anymore. And obviously this is a way for us to get more information out quicker, and it's just more for us to fight than it is for them to be able to control the propaganda. It's just not cutting it, so they're upset that we're taking advantage of all of these resources. I think just the protests are finally just getting too much for them, and their inboxes are getting too full of me screaming at them to cease fire. No, because we're going into
Right.
debt just so other countries owe us. That's what the U.S.
That's also one thing too. Yeah.
sticks its sticky fingers everywhere it doesn't belong. True. Well, it needs to stick its fingers into itself because she needs to let it blow, because I'm over it. She's too
It's just
horny. She's not busting that nut, so she's taking it out on us.
it's just so dumb how it's just a lot of shit's going on. Like at this at this point, if we got bombs, I would have been like, thank God, thank the universe. Like I'm sick of this fucking
I
nation.
wouldn't even fucking like I wouldn't even be like, I can't believe this is happening. Like, I don't blame other countries for wanting to do that to us.
Right.
Like, honestly, yeah, it's so weird. Sort of gambling favors and a lot of money isn't seen by the right people. It feels, yeah, definitely it's not. Also, a lot of politics have accepted, I think it was like a little over $30,000 from like the Israeli like offices or whatever. I don't know. But the guy who was on TikTok that was campaigning for like North Carolina or whatever, um, the senator for North Carolina, he voted to get TikTok banned, right? And then
Yeah,
everybody found
Jackson.
out. They found out that he did that. So then people were like, "Well, I'm not fucking voting for you." And then he's
Yeah,
like, he fucking
yeah.
backtracked, and then he tried to like
He
explain
deleted the
why.
video.
Yeah, and then people found out that he accepted 30,000 fucking dollars from Israel. So now he's for sure not getting fucking votes.
And his fucking videos keeps resurfacing and keeps getting
Yeah,
reposted. Like
he just keeps getting.
even fucking big people too, even big creators are reposting it. It's so funny.
It's so fucking funny. This man shot himself in the fucking foot. Like, a lot of these people, especially like the state, obviously, that he's campaigning in, right? They're like, we put you in office, bitch. We'll take you the fuck right back out. And then a lot of people were like, you do realize that because of us, you became in office? Like, you used TikTok to get into office. We
Yeah.
could get you to presidency. And you just did this to us? Nah, fam, goodbye. And he's over here
Mhm.
panicking.
Yeah,
I
because he
wish
got
lobbying
fucking
was a
called the fuck
crime.
out.
True. Yeah. What the fuck? He can't take the fucking heat. What a wimp.
Like it's just so bad. And lobbying is kind of a crime. Lobbying is really is a crime. But of course, when it comes to politicians, it's not a crime, which sucks ass.
You know what? They should get Mr.
It's so
Mosby in there
bad.
because he's be screaming, "Get out of my fucking lobby!" So No lobbying here.
Ugh.
It gets
It's
nothing
just it
done.
sucks.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
you know what? Get us in the fucking office. Let's go storm the White House. Let me in.
Be like January 6th at this point, like
What are we paying taxes for? Israel. That's it.
the rich. We
The
are
rich.
paying taxes for the rich. It's true. We're literally paying taxes for the fucking rich. It's that bad to the point that we're sitting here paying taxes for the rich because they, you know how they say we always say eat the rich. That's what we're doing, right? We're
The
seeing
rich is
like
eating
the reason
us.
because because a content creator that I love so much, I forgot her name. Damn it, I know her name's Jasmine. She said this so well. The fact that the reason why TikTok is now officially like, you know, they're going through steps to get it banned is because of how much TikTok has progressed. We're sitting here with the fact that we've made so much noise about Palestine and about how Israel's a terrible place, and in fact, you know, free Palestine and everything, all these filters, all this money, all of this, you know, promotion to see that Palestine really is, you know, getting so much hate for it. And so the fact that we're doing that, plus the fact, you know, of smaller businesses getting much attention because, you know, of the TikTok shop, and of how, you know, they're getting, you know, how bigger companies are now kind of getting a fallout because, you know, again, small businesses are getting all this attention through TikTok shop. And also how, fun fact, the TikTok search is literally battling for the most, like the biggest browser with Google. Google, that's literally
Hell
used for so
yeah.
much. Yeah, the TikTok browser is getting literally used for so much shit like Google. It's fighting in the battle for it being most used. It's gone to that point where TikTok is such a big platform, which is that why politicians are scared, and they that's why and that's why they're now whatever every single time that they said, "Oh, we're gonna ban TikTok," it was false. Now they're being serious. Now they want this app gone, or else get bought out by Byte because, you know, this shit's getting crazy. TikTok's really putting in the work. No matter how much of a hellscape app it is really is making matters for us, making it easy for us to make noise about things that are happening in our world that get little to no media coverage. So the rest don't want that. They want to control us, and the app is doing the exact opposite. And even the CEO of TikTok called that shit out, and we're like, we need your fucking help to make this shit not happen. Like it's gone to the point where
Oh
the CEO even
yeah.
calls it out. Yeah,
Yeah, I saw
it's
the
really
TikTok where
it's.
he's like, call your
I did too.
representatives.
Yeah,
um,
it's fucking insane.
it is
Like this, it's getting
insane.
to this point.
I learned that our taxes pay for fucking company bailouts. Lobbying gets a lot done by literally paying people to make laws that screw everything else over. It's essentially
Mm-hmm.
fraud to the voters of the person whose office. Oh, bailouts is the start. California is wicked with their taxes and how they can be shuffled almost anywhere. TikTok
Fuck that tea.
is way bigger than traditional media, even though I don't use it. I can't deny otherwise. No, absolutely.
Yes,
Honestly, TikTok is
yes.
such a great tool. You know, it can be good and bad, obviously, right? Because it
Mm-hmm.
can spread propaganda, but I feel like the fight is a lot louder than that. Or that, or we're just on the right side of TikTok, you know, because the feed obviously it the algorithm, you know, it works towards what you've been watching recently and liking more. And if you click on the profile and stuff, it'll show you that type of media.
Right.
So like I do get a lot of like Palestine and stuff like that, a lot of that information. So I do get it a lot from TikTok. But you know, there's like creators that I follow on there because I love to learn languages. There's somebody that's on there that knows, I think, like 10 different languages. So I follow her because I like she has like daily little words of the day or like lessons and such, and she's focusing on like one language for a month. So it's like a lot of it is also very educational. Or you know, it's just a little silly place. You know, I love silly TikToks, or I like watching dog videos. Except last night when I saw like two videos of like these shelter dogs and a shelter cat and dog that fucking died within like 2 years of coming home, and I felt like shit. And I hugged my dogs and I cried to sleep. But you know, like it made me appreciate my pets more. But it's like and like like TikTok is I think is such a great tool because it's I get all of my recipes honestly from TikTok because
Same.
I see people cook it. I like people watch. I like watching them cook it because then I can see how it's done instead of me going to Google and I go to fucking like Ray's website or like Food Network's website and there's not a fucking video that I can watch. People cook. I
Right.
love what's it called? I think it's like the aggressive cooking tutorial lady. She's just
Yes,
like,
I love
of
her
course it's
too.
good
She's
because
so
I made
awesome.
it. I love her. She's so
Yes.
funny. I made her risotto, like one of the risotto rice things or whatever that she made. Fucking delicious. I've
Hmm.
made a couple of the dishes that she's like made. Dude, I have never ate so good in my life until like TikTok came into play because I'm able to watch these people cook, you know? And it's just like
Hmm.
I think I'm in my fitness era, so I made like a little playlist and I saved all of these like easy like fitness like playlists for like disabled or like beginners, and it's like a lot of it actually really is beginner friendly or it is disabled friendly, you know. So it's like it's such a good website, like it's such a good site, and you know it's unfortunate that you know the U.S. likes to ruin the good stuff. Um,
And yeah, and the main thing too is that like for my side of TikTok, I'm an editor. I am an artist, a 3D artist to some degree. And so obviously I see a lot of edits. I see a lot of, audios being used. I see a lot of, I hear a lot of music. And so I've saved a lot of sounds that are either meme-ish, that are actually very good songs to listen to. Things I can put on Spotify, I can like put on like Shazam later if I want to try to figure out what the song is, edit audios I can use later. Like I am a person who loves shit like that, and so I've seen a lot of my edits through TikTok. I've seen a lot of like music stuff through TikTok. I love seeing shit like that. I love hearing. I love music. It's part of my world, and so I've garnered a lot of shit through that, and to see that TikTok's being banned because of the fact that it's become such a huge app, a lot bigger than Instagram, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, even fucking Facebook. And Facebook is a really used. It's been out for years. But TikTok has grown past that point. They're hitting records, so many fucking records that politicians are scared. They're so scared that TikTok's gonna be much bigger and actually control the world, which it already kind of is. It's already done so much, and it's already
yeah,
gotten us to where we are now. That now they are trying to ban it for real this time, not a hoax. They're trying to ban it for real. And if this does happen to where either gets banned or gets bought up by another company to where it gets restricted even more than it is now, this is going to be terrible for, for social media. Because
it's so
also, if
bad.
yeah, because also if Trump gets put into presidency, Kosa and Project 2025 is going to be, and it's going to be a whole fucking process. Which also, and that's a whole other can of worms. That's already terrible for online internet. And so, like, it's just a lot of terrible things are happening that we need to act now. This is the time where if you are lazy, get off your fucking ass. Call your representatives, call the people, call your friends, family, text your people, tell them, hey, get with this and try to make sure that we don't have this shit happen again. A fucking again. Like this isn't the first time this shit's happened to where our world almost fucking went to shambles because of somebody wanted to do something stupid. Like this is the time where we need to get up off our lazy asses and go to work. Like fucking Kim said, get off your ass and fucking work. Like we need to do something now and make sure that we don't have a worse fucking generation. Like, cause like it's already in shambles as it is. We don't need to make it worse. Like, do something about
Um,
it, please.
I'm just flabbergasted. The fuck that this motherfucker can run again. What the fuck?
Yeah, he was supposed to be out of office, but they brought him back in, and now he's running again for Republicans, which sucks
But
ass.
he's not supposed to be allowed to.
Yeah,
He
he
did
wasn't supposed
his
to be allowed to, but all of a
terms.
sudden he is.
He did his terms. Hello, Epic. Welcome in. How are you? He did his terms and he has criminal charges. What do you mean? What the
Yeah, I
fuck?
know. No matter to vote on a lesser of two evils, which sucks ass. It's just horrible.
I think it was, I know, did he do his 2 years?
No, he only did one term. He did only
Well,
did one.
either way, he's a criminal.
Like he only did one term, but still, it's just like, ugh, not this again. Like,
I'm good. Thank you for asking, Epic. I hope you're having a great day. We're just having a little bit of a talk show today with Lucian, who uses any pronouns, and we're talking
Hi, hello.
politics.
We're talking
um,
politics, unfortunately. It came to this discussion, but I
it's
think it's
okay.
good
I
to be
mean,
talking about.
yeah, I know. I think stuff like this is very important to talk about. I recently Trump 2024, you're banned. Anyways, it's okay to have the wrong opinion, just not here. I'm sorry.
Oh, hell. I just saw
um,
that before it got removed. That's crazy.
anyways, that's not funny. I mean, it's funny that we're laughing about it, but it's not funny that you just put Trump 2024. Um, get out of here.
I'm sorry I laughed. That's just that's
Yeah, fucking
so
loser. No,
dumb.
no, we could absolutely fucking laugh about it. Kibi was saying not funny to then putting in Trump 2024, but it's
Oh,
like, damn,
that's
that's
true.
crazy. Anyways,
They
goodbye.
had their name as Epic MAGA.
How the fuck did you
MAGA.
find me? What the fuck? Is he like?
We should have known from the get go. We should have
Yeah,
known.
we should have known. Um, but no, I think it's really important. It's because okay, I mean, I don't know if you can tell, like just from the time that we've talked, I don't give a fuck what we talk about. We will talk about
Right.
uncomfortable things. We're gonna talk about fucking Palestine. We're gonna talk about the world. We're gonna be talking about politics because I think people, especially with people with my numbers, even with low numbers, it's
Right.
important to use your platform to talk about these things like TikTok, bigger creators are talking about you need to get up and vote. You need to call your representatives. You need to do all of these things because with numbers, things can happen. I recently had someone told me that they were afraid of talking about politics or getting political because they would lose money. And it's like, okay, I don't make any money when I do my talk show. I don't get any gifted subs. I don't get any bits. I don't get any donations when I'm talking about my podcast. I don't when I'm streaming. Sometimes I'll get them here and there. Honestly, truthfully,
Right.
recently I've been barely passing the $50 limit with Twitch. Why? Is it because I'm vocal? Is it because I'm talking about these things? I don't give a fuck if that's the case. I don't want your money if you're not going to accept me when I'm being vocal about shit. Because this shit
Right.
is affecting us every day and it's going to affect us even worse in the future, right? Like this shit is
Mhm.
important to fucking talk about. And if you're scared of like money, if you're scared because you're gonna lose followers, use viewers, bitch, I got 19 fucking viewers right now. I haven't dropped since we started talking about politics. This, if anything, it went up because of the raid, yes. Also because Kibi and I share a community, people know me, but it's the fact that they're sticking around. That speaks
Right.
volumes. People want to talk about this. And if your creator is afraid to talk about this, is that really the creator for you? Like you should definitely be
Facts.
surrounding yourself and watching people who are not afraid to talk, right? If I end up dead one day, it's not because I killed myself, I promise you. I'm just saying that
Like
now. Because I am vocal about these things and I don't care. I'll lose fucking followers. My Twitter followers, it constantly goes up and down, up and down. I've been stuck at, what's it called? Let me see. Where am I right now? One point. I've been stuck at 2,000. And I keep fluctuating between 2.1 thousand constantly this past month because I've been so fucking
mhm.
vocal about Palestine and it's been making people
Right.
uncomfortable. I embarrassingly made a post. Thanks for 2.1K. Immediately lost like 5 followers after that, and I was like, all right, I'll go fuck myself. I'm not gonna say thanks for 2.1K again. I'll get there eventually. I'll end up staying it again, but it's because I'm vocal, and that's fine. Bitch, I got my 2,000 followers because I was vocal, because I am who I am. I stayed authentic to myself, and I'm not gonna change myself for my platform, for the people. You guys know what you're here for.
Right. I just like it's really is a time this year where the election's about to happen. We've already went through the preliminaries. We have our choices. I voted this time. I voted last year. I voted again, and so like I voted for like this elections before the actual election in November. So I'm just like, if y'all have the time, if y'all have the effort, y'all can't just get up off your ass and just do something simple. Go to like your local state office. Go to where it's possible to vote. Because right now, tonight is the time. Yesterday. You should have done it yesterday. You should have done it 2 days ago. You should have done it weeks ago. Do it now. Tonight's the time to actually like put your word. If you can vote, go vote. Like it. Like like you need to actually be able to see something where your life is on the line because of these politicians, because of these people, what they're saying, what they want to do. Like this, it's like it's not time to be oh haha like elections haha Trump haha Biden. No, 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 no. These both of these men, old men, are trash. But we have to vote between one, the lesser of the evil, which obviously is fucking Biden. So like, you guys need to vote and make a change. But also, there's also people who are independent. Vote for the independent parties, please. There's been people that on TikTok have been telling you, go vote for this one dude who is a black man who wants who sees
Yeah,
us of
I
Gen
forgot what's
Z,
his
a Gen
name.
Z,
That's the
Gen A.
one.
I forgot
What's
I forgot his
what's
name
that
too.
guy? Dude,
Yeah,
yeah. He's the
he's
one I
the
was
one
talking
who wants
about.
to see us. He wants to see change for us, Gen Z, Gen A, even millennials. He wants to see our changes for the world. He wants that for us. If you see him on your ballots, go vote. If you know who it is, sound off. Like, we need to be able to vote for these independent parties now and make in numbers, because like we are in a, like, again, we're in a place where it's just not safe for us anymore. We're
Yeah, it
getting to that
really
point right
isn't.
now, like, so we need to be able to make sure that we can at least have some type of change and then go through with that change and push forward. We need to just push forward for all of us, and we need to make sure that everybody, no matter who you are, no matter what your race ethnicity is, no matter what you are in this sexuality and gender region, we need to make sure everyone is safe. Like, that's our main priority. Just go on a
Yeah.
vote, representatives. Make sure that you are doing your part and making sure that everyone knows what's going on and what's happening, and hopefully they can be on your side about it. That's our main priority.
Yeah, KB, I'll definitely let you
Mm.
know. I'm still in the Discord. I can actually invite you, because it's just a resource tool. Honestly, at this point, I think right now they're doing doodles for Gaza, like for the eSIMs. So that's what they're doing currently. So basically, you'll just stream about Palestine, so you could do the reading, you could do anything regarding Palestinian like artists or anything like that. And then for any donation, you'll just link them to the Google form. And then they have a set of artists that are providing, as long as they provide proof that they purchased the eSIMs, they're just giving them the doodles. So they'll validate that
Right.
information and then be like, "What do you want?" And then they'll doodle it for them. So that's currently what's going on with them. Um, I think that's it for now.
Mm.
An eSIM is like the SIM that's in your phone that allows you to use your cell phone service. So it's like that. But it's like a prepaid one for them. Because there's like obviously no businesses really available. So this allows Palestinians to communicate with others, Palestinians and their families and such. And in
Yeah.
case things happen. Honestly, it's mostly used for to like notify them when they have to move, or like leave a place, or if there's resources for them that they can take. There's also I think it's like Help Gaza, that's able to provide them with food, feminine products and like baby food and stuff like that. So they use those Sims to communicate with that project, and then they are able to bring them the food to let them know. Obviously, we're on our way. Or to let them know if there's anything going on. But yeah, so there's the eSIM thing going on right now. I think I had to mute the server because there was a lot of things going on. And I was not feeling good, and I was just getting overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But yeah, is there any questions from the community before we wrap things up? I know some of you guys weren't really here for the most part for Lucian's interview. We talked a lot. But it can be
If y'all have any
repetitive.
if y'all have any like general questions for me, please feel free to do so. I love answering questions. I love anything that's personal, deep, dark, or even just general like fluffy questions. I'm all for it.
Are you saying like fluffy
But
questions because you're a furry? I'm just kidding.
I had a great time. I gotta go. I'll see y'all later.
You're the one that said it. I'm just repeating back.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up, okay? Listen. Shut up.
My bad, that I was paying attention to what you said.
Well, you shouldn't have, okay?
Oh shit. Fuck. All right, I'm gonna make a note of that. Kibi, remind me to not pay attention to my guests. Um,
Yeah, good, good. Keep a mental note. Keep a mental
you
note
just say
next
furry so
time.
accusatorily. I don't mean it accusatorily. I'm sorry.
No,
I also
I did
called
say I did
I also
I
called
did say it
Kibi a
myself.
furry at some point. Um,
Like I am actually I did say to myself I'm actually am a furry, absolutely. So yeah. Oh my god, I love that for me.
I love that for you.
um,
Live your truth. That's fine. We love furries
I
here.
mean, yeah, because I just like because I used to be so like in the, like quote unquote in the closet about it for a long time because I didn't really know that it was just like open about it, but now I'm like open about it. I'm like, yeah, I am. And what? If you hate that about me, then like fuck you then I don't know. Like go cry about it in the car or something. Like that's not
Yeah, I
this
just
is my life, not yours. I don't know why you're so mad about the fact that I'm somebody that's, unique and not normal and boring and like stagnant.
true.
like like I'm not somebody that's just like, I'm a normal person. Normal is boring. Normal is so boring. Can we talk about that?
It's so
Like
boring.
being a normal person in society is the most boring thing you can ever person you can ever be. If you are unique in some type of way, I already love you. You're already interesting to me. You're already like something that's quote unquote out of the norm. I love that about you. You are an amazing person. If anybody in this chat who feels like they're not unique, you are. If you are here right now, you are a unique person because you like Luna. Period. Like you like this person, you like this streamer, you like what they do. Absolutely. Give them a follow. Talk about them. Give them some love in their Twitter and whatnot. Like you are a unique person right here and right now. Absolutely.
Yeah, bitches, you love me.
Like that is the most unique thing I could ever say about all y'all in this chat right now. Like absolutely.
Wait, no, you a bitch. Fuck you. That's my best friend. That's my best friend.
No, I am like that with my friends too. Absolutely, I love playful banter. It's so amazing.
Thank you so much for the sub, Finch. Welcome in. How are you? No. That's my bestie. That's my bestie. I love that beach. She fucking left me though. I don't know if I love her. She moved out of the state.
I had a lot of friends that left me. I'm like, damn, you gonna leave me like that? Shit. Like,
Nah,
I
she
thought we had
fucking
a,
left me, and I said I can't fucking believe you. I don't know
I
who
thought we were gonna
you
be like this
are.
together. Like,
I don't know who you are. I just showed up and I got a cool sword next to my name. I thought you paid me for that. What the fuck? Who sent me money? Who sent me money that said I'm gonna call that booty? That was the message. That is
you guys
also
are,
one of my
you guys
best
are.
friends. Honestly, everyone that's been here so far is like they're all really close friends. Kitty
Yeah,
though,
I love that.
I'm trying to riz up. I don't know. I don't know how. I'm charming enough apparently.
I mean, hey, if you have the charm, I've been telling people that too. Like, you're like, you have that type of charisma I want. I'm like, for real? I do? Like, I didn't know that.
Nah, for real.
Like,
I'm just dumb. What do you mean?
because I can be smooth. I can be like a smooth criminal, absolutely. But just like, I have that charisma. You sure about that? Like, oh my god. And like,
Like,
thank
oh
you
my god,
though.
thank you, hair tuck. You
Like, thank
got
you,
me
like Debbie Ryan.
that
Like,
dumb wrist. Fuck off.
that
I
dumb
can
business.
I can make my model do the Debbie Ryan, like the face. Like,
I mean, you think
wait,
about that
if you
about
look at
me?
stream, you can see me do it.
Right, right. Just like you think about that about me. Oh my
Oh my
god.
god.
Oh my god, thank you, baby.
Thanks, baby. No, I definitely feel like I got that dumb riz. I think I am, like, I do feel like I am naturally charming. Um, and I do, like, naturally just flirt with everybody. Like, I feel like that's just the way I talk. Um,
Hmm.
I'm never just not trying to date you though, but like you'll know when I'm trying to date you. Um, but I always I get myself in trouble sometimes. They'll just be like I thought we were gonna be a thing. Where did you get that? You were flirting with me. I flirt with everybody.
I love playfully flirting with people. But like, if we can have that type of connection where we can playfully flirt, I'm sorry, you might be a fling. We might be flings together after that. Like, it happens. It's happened to me before. Like, I'd be playfully flirting with somebody, and next thing you know, we're sitting like the same night, we're sitting there talking, like actually flirting. I'm like, whoa, like calm down.
You're like,
But
hold
it's
on.
like, wait, like we actually you actually want to like like try something? Like, you want to like like be like little fling with me? Like, like I get flustered. I get like little like flattered. I'm like, damn, you actually want to try something with me?
You're
Shit.
like, oh, I didn't know I could pull bitches. Hold on.
Like, I've been pulling bitches before, and I'm like, damn, I actually have that type of power.
No, like a couple of my exes, like, cause like they've been hot, and I'm just like, how the dumb bitch like me pull you? I'm definitely that mean. That's like me and the bad bitch I pulled for being goofy.
Like, me
That's
and
me.
the bad bitch for being a fucking weirdo. Like, like literally,
Yeah,
it's
I
just
think about that
it's
often.
natural. It's natural charisma, and I'm glad I have it. I just get surprised when someone tells me. I'm like, wow, okay.
You're like,
I
I'm
never
glad I
had
have it,
someone
but like,
never.
oh my god, you noticed? Do you think I have it?
You
Like we're
you think I
humble
have
about
that?
it.
Like, why? Like, I know I
Like,
have
tell
it, but like,
me.
why do you think I have it?
Yeah, like, but like, why? What do you like? What do you like about me?
Like, I'd be like, stop being my ego, but in my head I'm like, keep doing it, please. Like, keep being my ego. I want it.
I know I definitely do the same. I'm just like, no, stop. And then I'm like, no, but actually keep going. Tell me.
Like, tell me more. Like, what do you like about me?
Just
Like,
tell me why. It's
no, I'm
fine.
not. Like, I'm a little narcissistic, but like not to that point. But just like, I just want to know. Just like, what do you like about me though?
But like, what is it? What was it? What was it? What joke? What joke got you?
Like what did I do to make you be friends with me? I want to know. Like, am I that attractive to you? Am I that cute? I've been told I'm cute too. I'm like, damn, I pull bitches like this.
Nah, when someone tells me I'm
Like,
cute, I was like, I don't believe you. You don't gotta lie like that. Thank you though.
no, I bet they'll be like, like, you really thinking about that about me? You really think I'm that cute? I'd be flustered. I'd be blushing. I'd be like, damn, shoddy. But also be like, you lied to yourself. Like, please think about your
I give him
actions.
this look.
Before you,
I give him like a Fuchi look and be like, girl, I know you're lying. You don't have to be
when they're
nice.
actually not, like they're
Yeah, when they're
not, but
actually
it's just like, ooh, they're not, but just like, I don't know about you, but you find whatever.
Yeah, no, mine definitely comes from the trauma of my mom because my mom always called me fat and ugly. So now when someone does tell me it, I never believe it. There's days that like obviously we feel ourselves, right? For the most part,
Yes,
because I work from home, so I'm not always dressed up. My hair's not always brushed. I'm not always wearing makeup. So the times that when I do get up and leave the house, or I do go somewhere, or I have to go into the office for work, obviously like I get ready, and I look cute and I put makeup on, I do my hair and everything, and then I take a selfie. I'm like,
right.
damn, I'm cute as hell. Or like when I'm
Like
in
the one time
cosplay,
mhm.
yeah,
The
because I
one
also
time I
dress up.
feel fucking hot. Yeah. What do you dress up as? I'm curious. Like, what have you done
Oh,
before?
I've done Kimetsu no Yaiba, so I've done Shinobu for the most part.
Ooh.
I've also
Mm-hmm.
cosplayed boys because I love cosplaying the Haikyuu boys.
Tea.
I've done some Animal Crossing, and just kind of made them like humanoids. I'm
Tea.
trying to think what else. I've done some idols. I've done like Chica, one of them orange hair bitches, from Love Live.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm trying to think. I've also done Mid City, Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Mm-hmm.
So my boobies were out, and I love that for me. I've done a lot of Persona 5 as well. Um, and as of recently, I've done Gecko from Valorant. So and I gender bent
Right.
it, so it was very feminine. So like that day when I dressed up as him and I was like feminine, I was like, oh my god, I'm so cute. I took so many selfies because I felt so cute.
Right.
Yeah, but I used to cosplay. I don't cosplay as much anymore. Um, but last year I did cosplay like for the first time in like fucking years. I haven't cosplayed since the pandemic, honestly. Because I gained
Mm-hmm.
weight and I was like, I don't want to try on my cosplay since nothing's gonna fit.
And I'm just like, yeah, it's like those days when you feel like you feel so kind. They're the ones because like it's occasional for me to actually feel like, oh, I'm fucking fierce. the times when I do, I pull up my phone so fast, I start taking pictures. Because I'm like, I'm a photogenic person from head to toe. I love doing posing. I want to do modeling so bad. I want to be on the runway. Like I love photos. I love taking posting pictures because that's the time I can like actually like shine with my body and show
Yeah.
off what I can do and pose and everything. It just feels correct. And it took me so long to have that type of mentality too. I used to be like, I wasn't really advertent against cameras. I wasn't really like the ones like I wouldn't really care. But now I am just like I want to be from the camera so bad. I want to take pictures so bad. I want to be dudes. I want to do like cute selfies. I want to have like that professional photo shoot so bad. Like I want to be up on the screen. I want to be on the billboards. That's what I want. Like I would kill to be a part of a fashion agency and just be able to model clothes on the runway. That's my main point. I want that so bad for me.
I hope
That's what
you're
I
able to
love.
do that. I think that's so great. Um, have you thought about maybe wanting to do like not with the PNG or be a VTuber and do like face camming sometimes, like part time, not like full time?
What's kind of shocking is that I want to be up on like the billboard and stuff like that, able to do this, that, face modeling. But when it comes to like streaming and like, doing my face cam, no,
Okay, that's
absolutely
fair.
not. Like I want to stick to my persona. I want to my persona and keep it that way. But like
No, that's so
it just says like no.
valid. Yeah.
I'll keep it to the pictures and cameras.
Oh, that's fair as fuck. I mean, I agree with you. I think
Yeah.
that's it is different, because at least with pictures, it's captured in that moment, and you don't have to keep it up afterwards.
Mhm.
Whereas like with like face camming and stuff like that, or being like on camera while streaming, you got to keep it up. That's a lot.
Right.
It is definitely like a different playing field. With that.
Right.
Okay. Does anybody have any other questions before we go ahead and wrap this up? I know we kind of went a little bit of some tangents and got a little bit excited with some topics, which
Is
is
there
fine.
any
I
other like
I
tell
love
me
I love.
questions?
I know that was all of the other ones.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of just like went into them and kind of sprinkled them in instead of be like, oh, I'm doing this now.
Okay.
Yeah, because a lot of them seem personal to me because they're asking me about my type of buff mommies. And I don't think that's a question for you.
Well, it could be, but
Oh, okay.
you
What
know.
kind of tough mommies do you like?
Actually, I can answer this one. There is. I think her name is Ripley. She's in the
Ryan
wrestling.
Ripley.
She's in like the
Yeah.
wrestling. Yes, Ripley. Ripley. Yes. Oh my God, she is so hot. She's so
She's
hot.
so hot, and she just
She,
won a belt too. Oh, that's my mommy.
yeah, she's so
Thank you for
hot.
the
Like,
hydrate, Millie.
oh my goodness. Let me hydrate too. But yeah, like like I'm thirsty for her. She's so hot and attractive.
That I think that's why Millie redeemed hydrate because we were thirsting. Oh yeah,
I just felt it. Just,
she's so hot. Oh man, the things I would let that woman do to me.
literally,
They
like
would
the
they would
edits I've
need
seen
to
of her,
add a
I'm
new sin to the Bible. That's all I'm saying.
like, girl, they would have to, girl. I think they would have surgically remove something, and that's it. That's all I'm saying. Get out of my face. Like, like that's the one time. That's the one time where I'm like, women,
And
like,
women.
like she has my whole heart. She's so hot. Absolutely.
I full heartedly agree with you. I'm with you on that one. Okay, so it looks like there's something coming in from the community. So we'll go ahead and just wrap it up for tonight. It was honestly, truly such a fucking pleasure to have you, Lucian. Honestly, like going into these, I always think, oh, what are we gonna talk about? What am I gonna get into? Are we gonna vibe? Because I don't like to like have a opinion about people, so I don't like to meet with them beforehand.
Right.
I just kind of like I want everything to be authentic, especially when it comes to reactions and such. So honestly, you have been a gift, and I hope someday that we can play together and you can teach me Roblox because I've never played Roblox before in my life, and I
If you
think that would be
ever want to
really
collab,
funny.
Yes. If
I
you
think that would
ever
be a
want
fun
to
video.
collab with me, please.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please.
So Lucian likes to stay booked. So if anybody's here interested in some collaborations, 1010 recommend this lovely person here. If you want
Oh,
to
shut.
plug anything else, or just talk more about yourself or your content, you know, just or if there's anybody that you would like to personally shout out, or if you have any
Hmm.
upcoming projects that you want to go over, you know, this is your time to go ahead and do some self promo and like go into
Let me be a shameless plug. Okay, so
it.
I want to quickly shout out to the desk agent who's on Twitch. He was my very first collab I did with Minecraft, and he was a sweetheart. I think I should follow him. He is an amazing streamer. Please, 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 please do. I think he's very awesome. I think he's very cool to like look into if you want to see gaming. He does retro. He does new games. He's very into Donkey Kong versus Mario. He's very awesome. I would say shout out to the friend who's doing my pages currently, Cinder. He is not Cinder, Serby, Cerberus Serby. He's the one that's doing my pages re updates. He is so sweet. He's my artist currently. He's done a great job. And so I think it's awesome. And I would love to shout out to honestly, yeah, let's shout it out back to Cinder. He's one of my very like sweet friends who's very been supportive of my VTuber journey. I talked to him about a few things about what I've been planning with collabs, stuff like that. So he's just an awesome friend of mine. Um, as for me with my futures in streaming, I will be again streaming in the future. I will be doing a lot of variety content, mostly Roblox. I will be on Roblox a lot of the time. I do that a lot, so like catch me there. I'm gonna be doing a lot of that Robloxing, and so and again, if you ever want to collab with me, please text on my Twitter. I am on Twitter all the time. I will be here for DMs if you want to collab with me. Big or small, I do not care. I just want to be here for you and for what you do and for what you want to do and have fun with. So if any of our games align, please shoot me a DM or reply to wherever my collab sheet is and just let me know. I'm so down to collab with anybody and everybody. I want to meet new friends. I want to meet new VTubers. And just, yeah, I'm very grateful. I want to give a shout out to you personally, Luna, for having me
Oh,
onto this podcast because you've been the best host, one of the best hosts I've had. Like,
oh.
like Eric, Eric Loy was a very awesome was is a very awesome host for podcasts. He's done it for years, but for you, you have been so sweet. You've been into everything I've been talking about. You've actually actively listened. You understood what I was talking about. You gave honest questions from your telenome and from your community and everything. And so kind of wanted to give like a personal shout out. You've been just very sweet, and I'm so happy that you were one of the podcasts I was actually so happy to be a part of, and actually was like the full time was not bored. I was here for every second of it. And I'm so happy we can have these sort of conversations and be able to talk about anything and everything, and not be like, you know, specific. I'm glad we can be here for this. And shout out to the chat. Y'all have been really awesome. Like towards the end of this podcast, like be interacting with us, talking with us about politics and everything under the sun about VTubers and just me. So I want to give like just I'm very happy for this. I'm very grateful. I can end the night with this on a great and amazing happy fucking note. Thank God. I'm so glad I can have that. So please just thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here. Oh,
Oh my
okay.
god,
I am really
you
happy to be here.
literally made me cry. Oh my goodness. You know, I put a lot of heart into my work. So when someone definitely notices, like especially like when we're talking, you know, and you know, they're doing like their thing, it's like the fact that like you took time and it was your time to shine and you thanked me instead. Honestly, it says a lot about you. And I'm very, very
Mhm.
thankful, you know, that we were able to reschedule this and make it work. Honestly, you are an incredible creator, and I said this at the beginning. You have so much potential, and I'm so excited to see what you do.
Mhm.
Honestly, I already have you in mind for a couple
Thank
projects
you.
that I'm thinking of.
Mhm.
And I've been trying to find, you know, people that I do want to work with when it comes to the idea that I have. honestly, meeting with you, like you just answered all of like everything that I was looking for. So I will definitely,
Mhm.
I won't message you today about it because I have a little bit of a migraine. But I will follow up with you sometime this week just to give you some ideas that's been running through my mind. Um,
Ooh, I'm so
and
excited.
I'm so excited. Honestly, like you're truly incredible. And I'm very proud of
Thank
you
you.
for just starting out where you are now and the voice that you have, your strong persona, like you have your boundaries. You're a
Mhm.
strong and incredible person. And I hope in your continues of your journey of this that you don't lose that. If anything, that you get stronger. And I am so excited for your growth, honestly. Um, I'm gonna be keeping my little eye on you because like I said, I legally already adopted you. Um
I
you're
would love
you're
to have a
I
VTuber parent. I would
yoinked
love it.
you. I yoinked you in your mind. Like I'm putting you in my pocket. So I'm very glad that we can end, tonight for you, especially in a good note. You're also ending tonight with
Mhm.
with me with a really good note because my head is killing me. um, but you are incredible. Again, thank you so much for being vulnerable, for sharing so much, and
Mhm.
just your willingness to talk and just be so engaging. Again, I can't say it enough. You're incredible, and
Mhm.
thank you for being a wonderful guest.
Just thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here and be more a part of your projects in the future. I'm so excited for what you have in store for me. So I'm so elated. I'm so elated.
Yeah, I'm again. I'll hit you up a little bit later this week. Not tonight, but definitely a little bit later this
Absolutely,
week.
absolutely. Please, whenever you want to. I'm so happy.
Okay, Luciana. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Get some food, get some rest,
You
do some
too.
aftercare. Bye bye.
Mhm. Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, everybody. I was thinking about doing some streaming like a different game or something after this because I haven't really been streaming this week. But like I said, my head hurts. I think I need to eat. And yeah, I will see you guys later. We're gonna go raid over to KK. KK is playing Poppy Playtime. Okay, if like they don't want, okay, sub raid worked. Raid isn't working. Just spam any raid emotes that you have. Thank you so much for coming by, Lucian. I miss you already, not gonna lie. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. And I will see you guys maybe tomorrow, like most likely tomorrow. We'll probably play a little bit more Supermarket Simulator, if not some Fortnite, because we do have the battle pass on that to work on. We also have Overwatch to work on. So one of the two, maybe both. Maybe we'll just skip Supermarket. We'll see. Yeah, I love you guys. Have a great night. Go hang out with KK. Bye bye.